Yo, don't go like that. Yo.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
shit.
Hello, hello, hello to
Oh,
everybody
you
that's
went.
out there. What's up, what's up, what's up?
You
I'm
went
pretty
live
sure you
there.
can hear Sebastian dying right now.
Oh my god! Why did you go live?
Yo,
Not
are you
great.
good? Are you good?
No,
Are you not
not
good?
good.
You're not good.
Oh my
All right.
god.
What's going on, everybody? This is that One Piece talk. My name is Larry,
Sev.
and we are here for Sebastian's Davies Dark Tournament. You can see Sebastian is laughing right now because he likes to laugh at me when I'm in pain. And in pain just means anything that relates to pain. So I just want to say thank you so much for joining us today. It's really an honor to have all of you here. You have no idea, every episode, every time we go live and just see people in chat talking, hashtagging anything that's crazy like Buggy Gang, it just means a lot to us. So I just want to first and foremost say thank you for being here. Before we get to Sebastian talking about everything, I'm pretty sure everybody's seen the serious announcement that I made within the Discord. You know, I just want to say, like, sometimes I can't always be there. Sometimes Seb can't either. And sometimes mods can't either. In order to keep the integrity of the Discord healthy and loving and positive, there are things sometimes that, we're going to go across and we're going to hit bumps in the road and we just have to pave those out. And that's what happens when your community is active and when it's growing by the day, right? So, with that in mind, I did make a serious announcement regarding Hime, but overall, it's for everybody. It's just not Hime. Sometimes we get out of line and we need to get put back in line. And that's what lines, are for. And it's to make us, go further than our destination. So I just want to say thank you to everybody that, has reached out to her or just reached out to me or has just generally cared about what's happening in the Discord. You're very much loved. You're very much appreciated. And it's just the point of just growing, bro. It's just growing pains. That's what I think about. So thank you so much, everybody, for loving each other and for loving the people in the Discord and loving our women in the Discord as well. They're very, very important for our Discord and for our community. So, um, other than that, I don't have anything to say. I think Sebastian's tournament is going to be amazing, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun. So, Sebastian, for people who are first time viewers, let them know what the Davey Dark tournament is and how they could participate.
All right. Welcome everyone to Davey's Dark Tournament, the show where we have you guys come into the Discord voice channel and discuss potential matchups and brackets for a tournament that we create every week. This week, this tournament is the end of the duos tournament. So we've been battling and having people discuss who they think would win in duo matchups. It's been really, really fun. Some interesting results so far. We are in the finals. We're going to be pitting Kizaru and Fujitora against Luffy and Nami with a stipulation that I will reveal when we start doing the fights. But if you guys really want to come and be a part of this, go into the Discord and join the entrance to the den where we're going to select and drag you guys into debate on each of the combatants and who you think is going to win in these matchups. It's really fun. Please be respectful when we drag you guys in. As always, remain muted until you're called upon. We don't want you guys talking all over each other. Sometimes that makes for bad TV. And just be respectful. Like Larry was just pointing out, we don't want anybody bashing each other or shaming anybody for any reason for their takes. We can be funny, we can joke about things, but be respectful at all times in the Discord, please, and thank you. It's going to be a really, really fun episode this week. The winner of this matchup will be going towards the Legends Gauntlet, which we'll discuss a little bit later in the stream. But it should be really, really fun, man. The only other thing we ask is that when you guys join the Discord, please, or when you're dragged up into the voice chat, please mute the stream in the background so we don't get any background noise. But with that, Larry, can you put the first matchup up before I
Yeah.
give the stipulation?
Oh, sorry. I forgot to put. There it goes. You should see it now.
I'm on a bit of a delay, so.
Oh, my bad.
Nah, that's cool. All
Yeah.
right. So our first matchup is the finals matchup of Luffy and Nami versus Kizaru and Fujitora. After much deliberation with the mods and some of the people on the team in regards to what we should do in regards to this matchup, because Nami would be too big of an anchor, we decided to add in the love of her life. I'm kidding. Sanji into the battle so that he can protect her. Now, what that means is Sanji is an additional combatant for this fight. But if he is taken out, that does not mean the admirals win. They still must take out either Luffy or Nami to win this battle. In Luffy and Nami's case, they still need to take out one of the admirals. But again, because Nami was such an anchor, and I apologize, Chestnut, for that, she just couldn't compete with an admiral. We tossed and turned over what we would do. We decided to add an additional straw hat, probably the straw hat with the most effort that would be put in to protect Nami at all times in Sanji. And again, if they take Sanji out, that does not win them the fight. They still must take out Luffy or Nami to win. Make sense? Cool. So, Larry, I don't know who was in here first, but I do see Aaron, Tate, and Nerd Taku. So I think we should start off with Tate and Taku at least.
Okay. I'll bring them up. So you want Tate, and you said you want Taku, and then who else did you want?
I didn't say yet. I was going to ask you who you saw in here first.
I didn't see anybody. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah. Okay. I think I saw Ragnar in there early. Ooh. Tate dropped.
Just brought up Tate again.
Oh, yeah, he dropped again. Taku, I might have to hold off on you, man. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, sometimes it works. Sometimes it works.
Mm-hmm.
I messaged him early to make sure that he was here for the.
All right, there we go.
So who else did you? I think we should get Party Pete, bro. I like Pete.
Yeah, Pete.
I feel like this is a good group. Pete
and HD. I don't think we've had HD in here yet. This is probably his first DDT, man.
HD. If he's here, let's get it. Do you want this many people, or do you want more people?
That den is wild.
Wait, so is this Nami and Sanji, or Nami or Sanji?
It's Nami and Sanji. It's Luffy, Nami, and Sanji versus Kizaru and Fujitora. And like I said, if Sanji is taken out, that does not win the admirals the fight. They have to take out either Luffy or Nami. We basically added Sanji for protection for Nami straight up because she wouldn't be able to hang with admirals by herself. So
okay,
yeah, all right. Yeah, but with that said, welcome, gentlemen. Thank you for joining JV's Dark Tournament. It's good to see Taku and Tate in here. TNT. HD. Glad to have you in here too, man. You know, I think this is your first DDT. I'm not sure.
Is he talking?
He went off mute, but I don't know if he's talking or not. And Party as always, man.
My boy's talking through a cup with a string.
Yo, Larry, don't make me laugh, bro. I'm dying over here. I'm still not recovered from earlier. Anyway, but welcome, gentlemen. As you guys know, it's who you got, what diff, and why. There's some stipulations here, obviously, but I do want to get your takes on it, and we'll start with Taku, man. No beard this time, but he's got the lip ring. You know what I'm saying? No stash, but he's got the lip ring. He's switching it up.
Dude, never let him know your next move.
It's a good look, man. You got the beanie on. I see you.
Yeah, it's cold as hell in New Jersey right now.
Bro,
so
I got my jacket on, bro, in the house. I'm not lit right now.
It's a little warm in my house.
Yeah,
but
it was.
All right.
My boy Tate, what's up, man? Nah, I can't hear you.
No, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Oh yeah, we can hear you now.
What's up with y'all boys, man?
Chilling, man. I mean, missed you last weekend. It's okay though.
Yeah, I feel like it's been forever since I've seen y'all.
Yeah, it kind of has been, hasn't it?
He ain't been calling.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
Avoiding
Taku got an excuse. He in training. He doing his thing. What's your excuse, Aaron?
Listen,
I got some things in the work. I've been trying to, get started, man. So I've had to devote some time and focus to that. Man.
Hey,
I love the kingly ambitions.
As long as it's progress, man. All
I'm
right,
trying
as
to
long
fix
as
my
it's progress.
choppers on the world. So
Yeah. Yeah, you know what it is? I don't think we've ever had Pete and Tate and their Taku in the same room before. So Pete definitely matches their energy. So I'm excited.
You do.
So Pete was in the den of Nakama. People were just like spouting off the most ridiculous thing, and Pete is out here trying to talk sense to them.
Yeah, y'all
I'm
pulled
just
me.
saying, like,
That's what I'm
this
gonna
is
say.
saying, like, I can't even.
Oh, you froze up. You froze up, Talk.
body.
People
Yeah,
were saying
Taku froze up.
Yeah, Taku froze up. All right, so Seb,
something about like Roger beating Whitebeard, or Whitebeard beating Roger.
yeah, Taku, you were freezing up. I don't know if you heard us. Taku went fast forward right now.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good now. All right, so Seb, who do you want to go first?
I was gonna go Taku, but he's giving us technical issues, so I'm gonna go with Tate.
So first of all,
Tate.
I'm surprised Luffy and Nami made it to the finals. What kind of stipulations did you put on them to
No,
make it this far?
there was no stipulations. They just had relatively favorable matchups to this point. People really was on the Luffy Gear 5th train, man. It didn't matter what he was fighting.
Really?
It was who they fight first, King and Queen, and then they fought. I think it was Mihawk and Crocodile or somebody. I don't know. I think maybe it was Big Mom and Stroyson, and then Mihawk and Crocodile, and they won all three
And
matchups.
they won all three of those matches.
All three of them. Luffy was putting in that work, man. Nami had some work in too versus Stroyson, because who the hell is Stroyson? You know what I'm saying? But other than that,
And so who did Kaido and Orochi lose to?
was it Mihawk and Crocodile? I believe it was Mihawk and Crocodile. Yeah. Orochi was that big an anchor, man.
Y'all don't think that's bugging a little bit? Like that is.
I don't even remember who I voted for, bro. I don't. But
all right, so right now we got Luffy, Nami, Sanji versus Kizaru and Fujitora.
Yes, and again, Sanji being taken out plays no factor in the results of the fight. It has to be either Luffy or Nami or Kizaru or Fujitora.
So this is current Gear 5 Luffy, current Sanji with the exoskeleton. Does he have his raid suit as well?
No.
I mean, he destroyed
Whatever.
it.
Yeah, I think it's destroyed. So yeah,
Destroyed
it's just
so just exoskeleton, extra hot flames in with his kicks, speed, the durability. This is Kizaru and Fujitora though.
Yep. I told you, Seb, this would be a good one.
Yeah, it's interesting because I think in most people's cases they probably think Luffy could probably beat an admiral right now, but then it's like they don't think Sanji can, and Nami definitely can't. But
so I believe Luffy can beat an admiral. However, I don't. To me, it's still no less than high diff to extreme diff at this case, because I don't think he's fully mastered Gear 5. You know, even though in the recent chapters he's shown to be able to access it at will at this point. But I don't think he's fully controlled it at this point yet. Of course, Nami is, at a disadvantage, only using climate attack or whatever. She does have Zeus, but that's not really. Sanji, I don't think he's at the level to beat him. I think the combined force of Kizaru and Fujitora would end up being a little much for those three together. I'm gonna go Kizaru and Fujitora extreme.
Okay, that's fair. That's totally fair. And I forgot to add in the Sig Seb account to the Discord stream to show the results of the battle. So give me 1 second, guys. That's on me. All right, extreme diff. Taku, who you got?
Can you
What diff
can you
and why?
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, I stepped outside into the freezing cold to give my take.
I love
Appreciate
the
you,
dedication,
Taku.
man. I appreciate it.
So I've been running through it in my head, and I've been trying to think about how I could almost kind of play narrative into it, because I was thinking if any of the admirals, like, okay, so if Luffy is, tangling with Kizaru or Fuji, and one of the admirals tries to hit Nami, I was thinking Sanji would kind of lose his shit and basically go for the neck. And I think that could push him to a level a little bit higher than where he's at. But I just can't. It's hard for me to argue that he would be strong enough to beat either Kizaru or Fujitora.
Mhm.
It's really tough. I really want to argue for Luffy, Nami, and Sanji, just because I think that they're more interesting people to argue about, just because of their feats. Like they have more feats on panel, um, but I have to kind of give it to Fuji and Kizaru, just because I feel like the Admiral's strength is really overwhelming when it comes to that. And honestly, if you did this after maybe like 1070 drops, we might have something different to like argue because of maybe getting more Kizaru in the actual thing. And we might get to see how Zoro fares against Kizaru or even Sanji.
Hmm.
But we really don't have that information to be able to do that. So just based on where we think the admirals are, where their hockey is, where it should be, and everything else that goes into who they are as characters, I have to kind of give it to them just because of the respect and like, a 3v2 but with an anchor. Like I feel like Nami could get packed up pretty quick, but it would be hard with Sanji being there. So, but I will give it to the Admirals. But I will go extreme diff because I feel like the fight could be very interesting because I think Kizaru and Sanji's speed would be pretty close, if not like pretty spot on. But I just don't think that their strength is. So I think that Kizaru has the leg up on in that front. So I'm gonna give it to Kizaru and Fujitora, extreme diff.
All right. Two extreme diffs so far. I respect that.
Mm-hmm.
I might agree. I don't know. Yeah, I'm still in my head about it. Party Pete, who you got? What diff and why?
All right. So I honestly don't even think it's that complicated, that difficult of a choice. The Admirals got this. The main reason being, so first of all, Sanji cannot hold off Kizaru for any reasonable period of time. That's not a knock on Sanji. That's just where the Admirals and Kizaru specifically should be rated compared to where Sanji is. Now I get it. He moved faster than Queen could see him. That does not mean that he can move at the speed of light. So I don't believe that their speed is truly that comparable. If you're having a tough time with a Yonko second commander, you're not ready to hold up. You're not ready to fight an Admiral, especially when you're the level of your hockey is unconfirmed and you've just got these, new abilities that you're supposedly still getting used to. But even just with all that base strength level, he's not ready to fight either of those guys. He might last a little bit longer against Fuji just due to the nature of Fuji's devil fruit, in terms of survival. But I don't think there's anything to suggest that he truly is anywhere near as fast or as strong as Kizaru. And so if he chose to fight him, then he would be out of the fight. I give him, we talked about this yesterday, where I end up 45 seconds against
Wow.
Kizaru, 45 seconds. And then Nami's got a cool 15. And it will take it will take Luffy longer than a minute to fight Fujitora, and they will therefore lose the fight. Even if you switch it, Luffy can't focus on protecting them if he's fighting Kizaru. Regardless of if you think Luffy would beat Kizaru, that's an extreme diff fight if he wins. And Sanji also can't beat Fuji, and neither can Nami. And even if they might survive a little bit longer if they work together, but they would still lose before Luffy won. So I just don't see a version of this where, because essentially, like, Sanji's cool and all, but it's basically giving Luffy two anchors because you're fighting admirals. Like, it's not because Sanji's weak; it's just admirals are strong. Like, at least from the general discussions that we've had, admirals are generally placed in between like your Yonko ones and your Yonkos in terms of power, leaning closer to the Yonkos. Sanji might not be beating Yonko ones right now, so I don't think there's any reason to believe that he holds any sort of chance against the admirals, especially not one of the OG 3 admirals that we saw take hockey attacks from 3 or 4 Whitebeard's commanders at the same time and come out unscathed.
Mm-hmm.
They took hockey attacks from him like they were nothing. So there's nothing to show that Sanji has hockey that's any stronger than people like Jozu and Marco and Vista attacking at the same time. So I don't see, even with his strongest attacks, how he's truly damaging Kizaru at this point. Not any substantive damage that would allow him to survive in the fight. So yeah, I gotta give it to the admirals. But I will say, I to extreme diff.
Okay.
Because somebody's got to fight Luffy. So.
I didn't expect this. Also, Pete, that was the most disrespectful I think I've ever seen you, bro. By the way,
There's
no, it's not. No, it's not.
Yeah,
Did you not hear the Ruchi slander the other day?
Sanji wouldn't last 45 seconds.
Yeah, 45 seconds, bro.
What are these magical Sanji feats that make you think he's suddenly ready to fight admirals?
Bro, 45 seconds?
45 seconds is rough, bro.
45 seconds is pretty disrespectful, considering he can move so fast that he disappears.
It's not even just that. I've seen the admirals fight Yonko commanders for longer than 45 seconds. Like, that happened on panel. Like, I've witnessed it. So you're like it's not inconceivable that Sanji can put up a fight.
You're telling me that Marco can last longer against Kizaru than Sanji. I think that's ridiculous.
And Nerdtaku, just to use the point that you mentioned before, with Nami in danger, Sanji is gonna not fight as smart as he normally would, right?
Yeah, but he would still be better. So he would go push himself.
Right. So instead of him fighting in a style that would allow him to last longer, maybe keeping his distance, trying to figure out where he can get some attacks in, going for a big attack, he's gonna charge, if not directly at him, he's gonna try and go for some big attack sooner than he probably should, because he's in the presence of Nami and Nami is in danger, and that's what Sanji does. And that is not how someone of his level can beat an admiral. It's just not.
So,
it's just,
where in speed do you compare them?
Why do you think Sanji is as fast as Kizaru?
I don't think he's as fast, but I think that with his observation along with his speed, I think that he could keep up or at least be a little bit behind.
Wait, what observation hockey feats does Sanji have that are even comparable to someone on the level of an admiral?
Well, I mean even Luffy has stated that Sanji's observation is better than his.
Isn't it future sight, thing like that? So what observation hockey feats would suggest that he could use that as an advantageous thing against an admiral who for sure also has observation hockey, at least to the degree Sanji does?
Him and Luffy both spotted Bonnie in that warm eddy at the same time, and he knew that it was a woman over Luffy. Luffy just said that someone was in there. Now you can call it a gag, but it's still a feat.
How does that help him beat Kizaru, being able to identify a woman in a ball of water from a long distance?
What I'm saying is, like, he had the ability to know that there was someone in there, but also be able to make out that they are a woman. I'm just saying, like,
what advantage does that give him? Because even though what you said is true, Sanji didn't even get her out of the ball of water. Zoro did.
Yeah, but he didn't need to because he was already handling it. But I'm very confident that Sanji could have easily skywalked through there and then blue walked into it and grabbed it.
Right,
Like
right.
it.
Skywalk through just cyclones and vortexes.
I mean, he's
You're saying he
strong.
I
couldn't?
don't think that's.
You don't think he
I
could?
don't think
I
that's
don't think that's
inconceivable. He was
crazy.
like, wasn't he like 10,000 meters, 50,000 meters underwater, and no problem?
fished
with
it
water
out.
He
pressure?
was he blue walked out of his bubble and kicked the shit out of the Kraken and then also made it back like in a really quick time. Like it's not unreasonable to think that he's that fast.
So again, how does that help him fight against someone like Kizaru, who can just
I'm
fly?
just
He's not skywalking. He can just fly.
I'm not saying that it's like generally just that. I think maybe you're discounting how hard like Sanji can hit. If he can even get a hit off on Kizaru, I think that it slows him down. I think 45 seconds is very
I
disrespectful.
don't think
I think it's a little bit longer than that.
we've seen commander level fighters use hockey attacks against him at the same time. Are you saying that Sanji has the attack power equivalent to 3 Whitebeard commanders?
I would say that he definitely has more attack power than all three of those. Not maybe at the same time, but I'm just
I
saying.
also, Taku, real quick, I want to point out that was a Kainu feat. I don't remember if that happened for Kizaru or not, but I remember that happened for a Kainu, that multiple Whitebeard Yonko commanders attacked him and he was able to tank it. I'm not saying Kizaru couldn't. I'm just saying I don't know that we saw that.
I'm also just saying that like Marco got up in Kizaru's face and kicked him in the face and knocked him back down to the ground, and Kizaru wasn't hurt from it. But I mean, if we're comparing the difference in kicks, I definitely think Sanji has way stronger of a kick than Marco does.
Yeah, but there's just nothing to suggest that Kizaru, like focused on a fight, would be susceptible to Sanji's like speed of his attacks or power of attacks. There's just nothing that's shown that. We haven't even seen him take any substantive damage. And he's fought people that are at least at the same level as Sanji is now when we're talking about Yonko commanders. Even when Ben Beckman, the whole thing with Ben Beckman putting the gun in his face, he stopped for like 2 seconds and then went back to what he was doing, shooting at Law and Luffy. So like that's what I'm saying. It's not a knock on Sanji, because I would make the same argument with Zoro. Zoro's also not ready to fight an admiral by himself. So this is just some knock on Sanji. It's just not at this point in time. There's nothing that shows he would fare any better against an admiral by himself, because Nami's not really helping in a fight against an admiral.
We're not arguing that. The only thing we're arguing is that it would take longer than 45 seconds for something.
I don't believe so. Because I think Kizaru's faster, stronger, and smarter. Not to mention the fact that Sanji loses his decision-making abilities when women are involved. Every time we've seen him, he makes worse decisions. And if you're making worse decisions against an opponent that's stronger than you, that will kill you.
Let's see what Heavenly Demon has to say before we keep going, because I know he's been patiently waiting. Yo, HD, are you there? No, I know you took your mic off, but we can't hear you, bro. Your screen would light up, like your icon would light up green. Yeah. So if anything, do you want to bring one more person in here, Seb?
Yeah. Let's go with. Man, let's go with Ryunosuke.
Yeah, Ryunosuke. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, he has his mic silenced, but let's see. Ryunosuke, welcome. Heavenly Demon's mic isn't working currently, so Seb decided to be like, "Yo, let him join in. Let's see what he has to say." So,
what's up, guys?
Hey, what's up, man? So what do you think? Who do you have?
I think it's Admiral's high to extreme diff. Before I thought it was a mid to high diff for the Admirals, but the more I think about it, I think the Straw Hats actually have a pretty good chance to win. They have a good composition. I'm thinking in like game terms, Luffy would be like the DPS, Sanji would be the tank, support would be Nami. I'm worried about Sanji because, like the other person said, Nami is kind of an anchor, and Sanji will want to protect Nami, so he's probably going to be taking hits left and right from everybody. And his body might give out at some point. Um, but if Luffy goes Gigant to fight against Fuji's gravity, and Sanji, since he has good observation and he's pretty fast, if he could go toe to toe with Kizaru for a little bit, I think Nami could do a bunch of damage from range and actually have a chance of beating them. But that's the only way I think the Straw Hats win, and it's already near impossible. So I think the Admirals just win this.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Can I just make a point on this whole Sanji observation hockey thing? There's just nothing to suggest that he has, besides the fact that Oda said he's supposed to be good at observation hockey. There's nothing that suggests he has a particularly high level of observation hockey, considering that we've got people using future sight at this point in the story. Sanji being able, because like if we're being honest, Kobe was sensing people's presence at Marineford. What's her name on Skypiea was sensing people's presence with absolutely no training. So
what do you consider a high level of observation?
Future sight.
That's
Is
advanced.
that the only level?
Right. That's what advanced means, is high level.
But I'm saying even Luffy himself has stated that despite having future sight, Sanji's observation hockey is still superior to his. So is future sight the only superior level of observation?
You can have good observation without having advanced, in my eyes.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. So if we have future sight, what's directly below it or comparable to that for observation?
Right, but when you're talking about in terms of combat effectiveness, especially in a 1v1 fight, future sight's much more useful than Sanji's observation hockey, right?
I would
Not
say
necessarily.
So, yeah. Probably.
Why not? Why not, actually?
I think there's just too many variables with the fruits and everything like that, having Sanji able to zero in on Kizaru rather than Luffy just predict everything that's going to happen in a couple seconds would be a lot better in the fight.
But
of course, the future sight would be helpful, but to have someone to actually like zero in on an enemy and be able to track them whenever is just, I think it's a really good advantage for them. Because I don't think Luffy can do that.
But that's not something you can do when your hockey is generally not as strong as your opponent's.
That's what he does with the women, though. That's what he did when he went to Black Maria. He heard, Queen. I forget which one. When he heard someone in distress, and when he's able to, what the other person said, when he's able to feel like a woman in distress or that a woman's in somewhere, that's his observation. That's how high his observation is. He can tell the gender of the person as well.
Right, but that's all with people that are not as strong as he is. I'm talking about in a 1v1 fight with someone that is markedly stronger than you. Sanji's observation hockey and the skills he uses with it do not hold the same value as future sight. They don't.
Well, I see that. So when Luffy was fighting Kaido, right, he was using Future Sight, but Kaido's speed was just that good that it didn't even matter. Like he was predicting where he was going, he just wasn't fast enough to do anything about it. So like speed kind of keeps up with Future Sight depending on how far you can see into the future. It doesn't matter if you can't do anything about it. If you see the future, yeah, like, oh man, he's going to kick me in the face, but I can't block fast enough to be able to do anything. So I feel like Kizaru and him, it really is just like almost like a battle of speed and being able to track the other. Like if he knows where Kizaru is heading because he's able to observe that his light is heading in a certain direction. And I mean, from what we've seen, Kizaru also relies pretty heavily on his devil fruit. So if he's able to get there as fast as Kizaru is moving, or at least his light is projecting towards it, I mean, I just think that Sanji could be a pretty decent counter for Kizaru.
Let's put this in
Thank you so much for that. You explained that so much better than I could, but that's exactly what I'm thinking.
Let's put this into perspective in terms of Sanji and Kizaru's speed, just for a second, because if you're talking even if speed is a counter to future sight or observation hockey, the assumed advantage in speed in this situation doesn't go to Sanji, it goes to Kizaru. Even if you're looking at the fastest we've seen Sanji move, we watched Kizaru clear out, 4 or 5 different groups of pirates all in different parts of Sabaody in, an hour? Is
I mean,
Sanji...
but come on. To be
That
fair,
was
they were
pre-time skip,
nowhere.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but we're just talking about the general speed at which Kizaru can travel. Is undoubtedly faster than Sanji.
Oh,
The
100%.
problem
You're
is
right.
Kizaru's speed also, like, it all depends on how he's using his devil fruit too, because, like, I mean, when we saw him using his devil fruit in Marineford and he started moving his light beam somewhere, like, Whitebeard came down with his, like, sword and stopped him from moving. Like, he, like, hit him while he was trying to transmit his light, and it stopped him in his place, and that's why he got all salty about it. Like, I mean,
White
we just don't
got,
know enough about Kizaru's feet, like
got the skill,
actual speed.
but Sanji doesn't have the skill level to stop Kizaru in his tracks like Whitebeard does. So, if the assumed advantage in speed goes to Kizaru, and the assumed advantage in hockey also goes to Kizaru, and his devil fruit plays into his strengths in the way that he fights, what exactly is this? Like, what exactly is giving Sanji such a great fighting chance in this?
He's got the
Kizaru's
durability.
We're not
also,
saying it's
yeah.
great. We're just saying it's going to be more than 45 seconds,
Yeah,
bro.
he has a better chance than the other people.
Like,
I
that's
mean,
all we're
plus
saying.
you also have to play into the fact, like, the narrative of how Kizaru fights. Like, he's not gonna be like, we've never seen him, at least up until right now. I mean, once we get 1070, like I said, who knows? But, like, he's a lazy fighter. I'm not gonna assume that he's just gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna go 100%. I'm going as fast as I possibly can to immediately wipe out the threat. Like, that's just, we've never seen that, so we can't assume that that's exactly how he's going to play. So I think that gives Sanji enough of an advantage to at least give him more than 45 seconds. That's all
I
I'm
also
arguing.
I want to
Sure.
point one other thing out for you, party, as well, is that you're assuming that Kizaru would fight Sanji in this scenario.
Even if you switch it,
I
I
feel like
agree.
he would attack Luffy 100%. Like, that's his MO. He's gonna go after the stronger person. That's just kind of how he does things. But
Sure.
go on.
If you switch it, and Luffy's fighting Kizaru, that's an extreme diff fight for Luffy. They're doing their thing. I think Nami and Sanji could last a little bit longer against Fujitora, but that's simply due to the nature of his devil fruit. Even in terms of observation hockey, Fujitora's is better than Sanji's by a long mile. He's a blind man that walks around like a person that can see using his observations. So that's just better than what Sanji's at right now. Again, not a knock on Sanji. Fuji's an admiral for a reason. So I do think he would last longer against Fujitora, for sure. But if Luffy's fighting an extreme diff fight against Kizaru, I don't think Sanji and Nami can last long enough for Luffy to beat Kizaru. And then Luffy might lose because it's an extreme diff fight.
So hold
So
on. So why do you think Sanji would fare better with gravity than he would with speed?
just because we've seen with attacks on Fujitora and the gravity that he uses, like Zoro was able to let off an attack after getting like kind of blindsided by his gravity attack. So I think, especially considering his exoskeleton, there's some room to maneuver for Sanji to some degree. As far as that goes, is he going to move as fast as he normally moves? No, I don't even think he's going to win. But I think he lasts longer than what I give you. I'll give it 60 seconds against Kizaru. So
Ain't no way he said 60 seconds.
60 seconds.
Oh my
We got
god.
about the 15 extra seconds, man.
Yeah.
For the people. For Sanji versus Kizaru, I think he's got 10 minutes against Fuji.
I think Nami would help Sanji if they were fighting Fuji, though, right?
I don't think Nami's capable of withstanding the gravity that Fuji.
This is basically a Luffy and Sanji fight.
I think Nami would get put out of commission pretty quickly if they fought Fuji, just because I don't think she's strong enough to handle the gravity.
Just because Chestnut's not here, you don't even know, all right? Because if Nami flexes that Conquerors, it's game over.
Even if she has Conquerors, she still loses right there. But that's beside the point. I think regardless of how long we may disagree on how long he may last, I don't think either way how you switch the matchups, Sanji would last long enough against an admiral for Luffy to win before they could beat him and get Nami.
I think it would be interesting though if Sanji did fight Fujitora, because I feel like there's an avenue there for a possible Straw Hat dub. And the only reason I say that is because I think that there is a possibility that if Nami is able to be at a range that and Fuji is busy dealing with Sanji, I think that there's an avenue for Nami to be able to affect the area with enough lightning strikes and everything else to be able to hit Fujitora and maybe even throw him off just enough for Sanji to be able to hit him with a strong enough attack that would put him out of commission. I mean, I just think that Fuji's durability can't be like insanely good, and like I mean nobody should be sleeping on those blue flames because
Wait,
Sanji's level of armament is just crazy.
wait, why is Fuji's durability that good? Didn't we see Usopp eat like a lightning attack pre-time skip, right? Sanji, no exoskeleton, eating lightning attacks pre-time skip. So what? Say what hits him, and this is someone who's leaps and bounds stronger in every way than those people that were taking those lightning attacks. What's there to suggest that he couldn't take those exactly, or that they would even hit him?
Wasn't
I'm not
that Big Mama
saying
attack against OT like a lightning attack though? Didn't that
But
like
we were
devastate her?
typing up observation hockey. If Sanji's observation hockey makes him competitive enough to somehow dodge these attacks from Kizaru, then for sure Fuji with superior observation hockey could dodge lightning attacks from Nami. For sure.
the only
I don't think he
problem
got
is
the
he's
speed though.
dealing
Why?
with a really really fast Sanji, and even if the like I'm just wondering if his like cuz his gravity happens well, a lot of people argue whether or not Fuji actually has a fruit or if his sword has the gravity fruit, but even if you give it to Fuji, I mean he usually uses his sword almost as like a conductor when it comes to laying his gravity out, and he usually doesn't just drop it on like he can't usually drop it at like a really far distance. It's usually over him, like he drops the meteor, like and he usually like when he touched Luffy or when he was attacking Zoro, like he doesn't usually use it as a ranged attack. That's what the meteor's kind of for, is
Space.
to bring it down.
He pulled something from
What?
space. How is that not long range? He pulled a meteor out of the sky. What's not
Yeah, I
long?
gotta agree with Pete on that one. He
That's like
did grab it from space. That's a long
Yeah,
range.
but if when you see him use the attack, right, he's using the gravity on where he's at. Like he's using
Oh,
that
so like
current
he's
and
the
he's
center of the
bringing,
gravity,
yes,
is
but
what
it's
you're
still
saying.
yeah, he's bringing
Okay.
the meteor to him.
it's
He's
still
not using it at a range. He can't just be like, "Hey, that car over there, I'm going to crush,
I don't
10
know
miles
about that
away."
one, Tom. I
we
don't
watched
know
him
about
beat up.
that
Yeah,
one.
he did that to Zoro, right? He didn't he do that to Zoro?
He also
Yeah,
did turn the entire town on its side, so
That's
and he lifted all those like giant rocks from like a island
yeah.
over and then moved them to
Only
another island.
Nami and Sanji a chances is Admiral downplay. That's it. If you downplay Fuji, if you downplay Kizaru, sure, maybe they got a chance to last for a little bit. But if you rate them as Admiral should be rated, they are not ready for that fight yet at all.
Like I said, I'm still on your side. I'm just saying I think that there's an avenue for that win. I don't know if it's legit or not. I'm just saying I think that Fuji versus Nami and Sanji, I think would be a more interesting and a way closer fight, a more extreme diff fight than Kizaru versus Sanji and Nami, or even Kizaru versus Luffy. I think that one's pretty extreme too. But I just think that there's an avenue for them to win in that way. But like I said, I still have them. I think that maybe you're downplaying Sanji and Nami a little bit more than I'm comfortable with.
I
So
agree.
I'm
I
just
think you are
pushing back.
downplaying them a little bit.
I don't think because I'm not. No one has said that Sanji has weak hockey. No one's said that Sanji has a weak like his attacks themselves are weak. But are they on the level of admirals? Admirals who are more comparable to Yonko than they are to commanders, right? So regardless of how you perceive Sanji's most recent fight with the Yonko commander, he struggled. Without the existence of an exoskeleton that he didn't know existed, he would have been crushed like a soda can if he fought the way he fought. Sanji fighting the way he fights got him wrapped up and compacted by Queen. And he just happened to have the exoskeleton. So we need to take a step back on the level of combat ability that we're getting from Sanji when we're talking about fighting an admiral. There's just nothing that suggests, and that's when he's at least of some sort of right mind. The moment you toss Nami into the situation, all of his reasoning that you could say he has in that battle IQ, it completely goes out of the window because of his personality. If you're going to consider narrative and how Fuji and Kizaru fight, consider it how Sanji fights, especially when he's around women. And it's not the same, and it's usually not as effective. So
I would actually argue, like, I don't get me wrong, I agree. I think that he very much would put the woman before himself, but I don't think that honestly, I don't think that is as much of a disadvantage as you think it might be, because I feel like in that way, that's when Sanji would go all out, like
Yeah, he'd take it more
100% straight
serious.
from the jump, and I think that would even push him even further beyond where his limits might be, because he knows he has to protect her. Like, Nami has been like his day one since they met, to the point where there's no doubt in my mind that even if it would blow his legs off, he would just like go as hard as humanly and exoskeletonly possible to get that hit. Like, and I mean, I don't know. I think it might even push him to change those flames to white flames, which is the hottest flame.
So I want to say two things before we, because we gotta get another group in here. This has been great, guys. Honestly, it has been great. You guys debating back and forth. Two things. One, I think nobody's even factored in Zeus as a combatant at all in this, and I feel like Zeus might be able to do something, man. Like it would be like Fuji versus Sanji and Zeus and Luffy, low key, because all three of these people are gonna do everything in their power to make sure Nami's good. You know what I'm saying? It's not just Sanji protecting Nami. It's every single being on this side making sure Nami's good. Whether they can do it or not, I still have to decide. I also want to point out that, damn, I had it and I lost it. Damn. Screw it. But I'm going to get another group in here, guys. My fault. I had something.
Just real quick, let me say, so in light of your Zeus argument, I will raise it to 1 minute and 30
Zeus added an extra 30 seconds.
1 minute and 30 seconds in honor of Zeus.
Is that against Fujitora or Kizaru?
Sure, either one.
Oh yeah, what's the? No, you got like a 10-minute timeline for Fuji.
Fine.
What's the timeline for?
So 11 and a half minutes for Fuji and 1 minute and 30 seconds for
okay.
Kizaru. That's great.
Disrespectful.
All right.
Don't be
Wait,
mad.
Larry, I didn't hear what you thought. Who do you think would win?
They're gonna wait till the next group.
We typically wait until we get like a bunch more people's takes, and then we give our takes at the end. We like to hear you guys argue with each other. Let's just have some ammo to work with. Yeah. But all right, Larry.
All right, thank you guys. Appreciate you guys. Ew, Taku, go somewhere warm, bro.
For real.
That's where I'm headed right after this.
All right,
good debate, guys. See ya.
All right, see ya.
See ya.
Larry, let's get Ragnar, Iron Hockey,
Hold on. Ragnar, Iron Hockey, and then you said Shin?
Shin.
And then who else?
Let's go with True Mike as well.
True Mike? All right.
Yeah.
You got all four of your guys that you requested. Hello, gentlemen. How are you? We're going to go one by one. Thank you for being here. Make sure you silence the stream if you're listening. And
Larry, 1 second. HD said he thinks he got his sound figured out, so I'm gonna add him in too.
Yeah, do your thing, bro. It's your gig, bro.
I don't know if I can. This is why
Oh,
I need. Yeah.
Adam. There you go. Banger. All right.
All right. We'll start with HD to see if he's got his mic working or not. HD, what's up, bro?
Wait, hold on. Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Hey, there we go.
Oh,
What's up, man?
finally.
Had to get you in on this one, bro.
It's been a long time coming, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. How are you, man?
I'm good, man. How are you guys?
All right. So what's
We're
up,
good, we're
man?
good.
What you think?
A lot of
Hold on,
Sanji
which matchup
today.
are we on? I was trying to fix all this audio stuff, so I wasn't really paying attention to it.
Yeah.
It's Kizaru and Fujitora versus Luffy, Nami, and Sanji. And in case you couldn't hear, the
Easy claps.
stipulation.
Come on now. You know I love my Sanji agenda, but
There's
about
a
the
stipulation.
I was listening earlier.
Yeah, the stipulation is they have to take out Luffy or Nami. Taking out Sanji doesn't win them the fight. Same thing with Luffy and Nami would have to take. Well, they would have to take out one of Kizaru and Fujitora. So,
As much as I'd love to push the Sanji agenda right now,
mm.
the Admiral stock is coming up.
Mm.
So basically, the Green Bull situation told me that one thing, that the commanders are no match for the admirals. The weakest admiral took out arguably the strongest first commander and the queen at the same time.
Oh my god.
So, unless you're trying to tell me Sanji's over King, or Sanji's massively over Marco that could outperform Marco Marineford, I don't see Sanji doing anything in this. So, Fujitora or Kizaru are taking out Sanji, and then one of them can hold off Luffy for long enough for them to do that. So I'm saying low diff admirals.
Oh my
Low
god.
diff. Oh my god. Damn, son. Low diff. Even Party didn't go that far.
Hey, Sanji's my guy, but I gotta be realistic. It's low diff.
Right. Listen, I love that y'all come in here and y'all don't be caping for y'all fave characters. I love that. I love that for the stream. You know what I'm saying? The objectivity is still alive. You know?
You know me.
Couldn't be me.
I know already. I've seen your Dofi takes.
But listen, I got some heat for you, bro. It's coming soon.
It's still
coming. All right, I'm glad to have you in here, man.
No worries, man. Thanks for having me.
All right, Shin.
Yo, what up, gang?
What up? What up?
Who do I got? First off, I just wanna say the stipulation. The stipulation should have just been Sanji on the team. That should have been a stipulation. Like, y'all saying he get knocked out and they still don't win? Like, dang, how much handicap do Luffy or Yonko needs? Like, Jesus Christ.
He got Nami with him, bro.
Okay, I don't care. The stipulation should have just been Sanji on the team. But back to it. I got the Admirals. I gotta get the Admirals. Larry, I see you shaking your head, and let me tell you why I got the Admirals. I don't know what Heavenly Demon was talking about with the low diff. That was just straight disrespect. It was like he didn't care.
No, he was a Sanji fan too. That's wild.
Yeah, that's wild. But the thing is, like, okay, you just gotta knocking out somebody count? It's like winning. Like you knock out somebody. That count as winning, right? I bet. So this is what I'm gonna say. Luffy, I'm gonna put Kizaru on Luffy for sure. Like Kizaru gotta go on Luffy to like just be able to like outspeed him and like try to like, and he gotta take it serious. Like I don't want to see nothing hold back. Kizaru gotta be on Luffy's head. Next thing, Fujitora gotta just gravity spike Nami into the ground. Like she just gotta go. Like that's how I see them winning. Like he just gotta like equal rights, I'm on you. Like white on rice, like I'm on you. Instantly gravity spike to the ground, you sent straight to hell. That is what Fujitora needs to do. I don't care how fast Sanji is. Fujitora's observation haki, I think even if like to me, his observation haki is so great that he wouldn't see Sanji disappear. he will still see his essence. Larry, I'm not trying to hear nothing you got to say. He will still see his essence. Like, yeah, Sanji disappears from the human eye. Fujitora has no eyes. He focuses straight on observation haki. And I think his observation haki is so great that no matter how fast Sanji is going, he's still going to be able to detect him. Sort of like N from Hunter x Hunter. No matter how fast someone's going, if you in my circle, I can detect you type stuff. So I got the Admirals and Fujitora. Even though Luffy going to be giving some go. Like, Luffy going to be giving some go. Like, Luffy gonna have to come in clutch, and then Sanji gonna get some go too. Don't get me wrong, but like, if they know the rules of the tournament, I think they will go straight for Nami. Like, yeah, we got to get Shorty out of here because Sanji gonna be a nuisance in the back of our head. He just gonna be an itch we can't scratch, and then Luffy, he gonna give us some go. So we just got to go straight for the weakest link, cut her off, and win this. So I got the Admirals, and just because it's Luffy and Sanji. With a cherry on top, Nami, I'd say it's the Admirals high to extreme death. For the rules of the tournament, not just fighting. For the rules of the tournament to win. It's high to extreme.
Okay. All right. True Mike. Who you got? What diff? And why?
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
I got the Straw Hats. I'm gonna go high to extreme diff.
All right. Finally got one for the crew. Why?
It's mainly because we've seen what type of fighter both Sanji and Luffy is. And we know they both have a degree of haki to them. I don't see the Admirals having that same level of haki that the Straw Hats do. Like, the Straw Hats have been constantly fighting since they got back from the 2-year skip. For the most part, the Admirals have just been sitting at headquarters or wherever the Celestial Dragons are.
Fuji been active, and now I'm just remembering you're the guy with the Admiral take from a couple weeks ago. I just remembered that. All right, continue. I'm sorry. It just correlated for me.
And I just don't see the Admirals having that level of hockey. Like, I believe they're all devil fruit. Like, that is what they rely heavily on.
Okay. What's the diff? You said extreme or high? I couldn't remember.
High to extreme diff. I'm not gonna say it's an easy fight, but I still think the Straw Hats got it. And plus, with Zeus being in Nami's staff and Zeus having part of a Yonko's soul, does that mean Zeus himself could probably use Conquerors?
Huh.
That's nah. That's wild. That's
Yo,
wild,
shit,
bro.
why you laugh like that?
That was wild. That was way too wild.
That was wild. Listen, I doubt it. I'm not saying it's impossible. The way that Vegapunk and others have been talking about Devil Fruits recently, I'm not gonna say it's impossible. We can't be using that kind of reach in this fight anyway. You know what I mean?
Oh, I'm not using that as like a reach.
Okay.
It was just a question. I'm sorry.
Right. Oh, okay.
I'm not using that as a reach. It's just a question I've been wondering since people, like, their essence does lie. I guess their essence is in their soul at some point or something.
Mm-hmm. No, that's a fair question.
But, and then I kind of think, downplaying Nami's usefulness. Like, she's smart enough not to get involved with the fight, but I believe she's smart enough to set up a trap or something for the Admirals while they're fighting.
Okay. What kind of trap, man? I'm trying to see the vision.
Maybe like that Mirage thing she did when she was fighting the CP agent.
That ain't affecting no Admirals, man. I'm gonna be real with you.
Thank you, Seb. I'm glad you said it.
I'm just
glad
keeping
you
a buck
said
with you. Keep it a buck with you. They got too strong of observation hockey. They're too battle hardened. They've been through too much.
Yeah, so is
the Admirals, man.
So were the CP agents. They were battle hardened too.
We got dudes out here that can see without eyeballs, man. We not talking about giraffes
Which
and
which I have a question too. Like if he can use his observation like that, is he just playing around with that cane?
yeah, it's a fun thing for him to do. Just like gambling, he can see. He know.
Okay.
All right,
But
all right.
besides the little mirage thing, she can use it to change the weather too.
Change the weather, or I mean, some rain ain't gonna stop Fujitora from getting to that.
Hey, weather hurts the admirals, I guess.
I don't know, Mike. I don't know. But all right, Iron Hockey.
Y'all hear me?
Yes, yeah, we can hear
Yes, sir. Wagwan.
The man them I deal with, man.
What's up,
I'm
man?
a bit tired, but I had to wake up for the David Dark tournament. So
I appreciate it.
yeah. For some reason, I think my laptop is giving problem.
Iron, you want me to go to Ragnar first and then come back to you?
Yeah, please do. Yeah, please.
Okay. All right. Ragnar. What's up, brother?
Up, sir? What good? What's up, Larry?
What up? What up?
I'm out here, man. I'm happy to talk to you guys, man. It's been a while. All right.
Yeah, man.
I will
Stop
say
with
this.
Stop with the oohs in chat, by the way, man.
And listen to me, man. Somebody got to tell you. Anyway. Yo, look. I don't remember who said it, but somebody said a low diff. Man,
Yeah.
that was wild. Wow.
HD, man.
Listen. Yo, I was ready to take the Admiral's side until he said that, man. I changed my mind immediately.
You're just like, yeah, you change your mind because somebody made a wild take. Not
That
for the
is
facts.
crazy, man. I had to give myself a good reason for taking Luffy and Nami, even though they should be losing this fight. Technically, sorry, I forgot Sanji's in there, but he doesn't really matter to me. I'm happy. The thing is, I don't think Sanji's letting Nami get hit. But what is Sanji gonna like? Oh my God, the Sanji stands are gonna hate me. What is Sanji gonna do against Fuji? What is Sanji gonna do against Kizaru? Like they are literally out of his league. No, they are literally out of his league. So the highest bank would be Luffy protects Nami. And if Luffy's protecting Nami, I don't see them touching her, to be honest. Because if Sanji's there's a backup, oh my God. See, this is hard. Anyway, I'm going with Luffy and Nami and Sanji because Kizaru is related to Vegapunk, and you already know I'm going with that.
You just called Kizaru a fraud, but like, is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, you said that. I didn't say nothing.
Oh my God, I can't with Ragnar, bro. He gives the wildest take every time he's on. Somehow, some way. But all right. Do you think we should get another group in here? Oh, let me see if Iron can speak now or not.
Yeah, I can talk.
Iron, how you sounding?
Yeah, I'm good.
You good?
Alright, so Ragnar just said, at first I wanted to agree with him, you know. For some reason, when they said it's kind of sound like it makes sense to me, you know. So I wanted to agree, but then I recognize, you know. Yeah, I mean, the truth, Admiral's over the Straw Hats for this one. Admiral's over the Straw Hats for this one. I mean, you know, most persons would say Luffy could beat Admirals because, you know, he fought Kaido and well, so Yanko's over Admirals, and you know, but for this fight he has persons drawing him back. I mean, I agree. I mean, Sanji would definitely try to protect Nami. So protecting someone, you have to take hits, you have to block, you have to, make decisions quickly. So they both would be a liability to this battle, I believe. I don't think either one would be much of a great help or great assistance to such an extent where you could say, okay, they're going to win. I mean, and Ragnar have a point. What is Sanji going to do to Fujitora? You know, kick him to death? I don't know. I really don't. But yeah, I just say admirals. It would be definitely extreme, because they're fighting Luffy, so that should give them some level of difficulty where they're not gonna easily win. And Luffy fought Kaido, so that's just where we can measure Luffy's strength at the moment. Even though I don't believe he's still stronger than Kaido, but you get what I'm saying.
All right. I appreciate it, Iron.
I do wanna ask a question though.
Go ahead,
I
Sean.
haven't heard Seb your take and Larry's take because I've been at work, so I'm not on YouTube. I was just in the den, so I just want to hear y'all take, and I just want to rebuttal somebody. That's why.
Okay, so start with the rebuttal because me and Larry are probably gonna wait for another group to get in here to give their takes before we give our take.
Oh, so y'all been waiting?
No.
Oh, y'all been waiting?
Yeah.
Because I saw Larry shaking his head when I said Sanji going invisible don't mean nothing to Fujitora if he got no eyes.
Yeah. I mean, I could go now. I don't care.
It's up to you. No pressure. No pressure.
Check it out. I think Luffy, Zoro, and Nami take it.
Zoro? Where does Zoro come from?
My bad. Sanji. My bad. Chill out, I made a mistake.
I was gonna say.
Yo, relax. I think that Sanji and Nami, help Luffy take it. And the reason being is that I know that we were getting on Sanji's observation hockey, but he did out observation Katakuri when he threw that bean at him and he ducked his head. You know what I'm saying? That's a feat. Also,
what? Wow.
What do you mean? Wow, it's
no. Keep going.
Katakuri has great future sight, and he ducked that.
Keep going. That's fine.
I mean, is it to the extent where we could say Katakuri's future sight was better than Fujitora's?
Well,
is better than Fujitora's?
Well, the thing is, if you say that Fujitora's future sight is better than Katakuri's, then that's just speculation.
But the thing is, observation hockey is not just based on future sight. Is different from like your surroundings, being able to, like Sanji's observation was way different than Katakuri's during that time with the jelly bean. You're not going to tell me that Sanji had a better observation than Katakuri during Whole Cake Island. That's what we're not.
Overall, I would say he doesn't. But in that moment, Katakuri did see into the future. He did not see Sanji duck that. He shot it. Sanji ducked it. And for that moment, he out future sighted him, basically. Or out observationed him. Either way, he ducked it. He knew it was coming. So, like, you can argue all you want, but, like, at the end of the day, hold on, but
that's all it was.
Hold on. At the end of the day, you can argue all you want. But what actually happened was that he ducked it and Katakuri used future sight. That is a fact. Yes or no?
Right,
yes or no? Yes or no? Was it a fact?
I said that's a fact.
Okay, thank you. So he does have some observation feats. Now, can he do that consistently in a battle? We do not know. That would be up for speculation as well. But my point is, his observation is at a certain level where he can detect a future sight user and be able to dodge an attack. He is a capable fighter. Now, even though I'm not a big Sanji fan because his character post-time skip is terrible, I do believe that his hockey levels, such as armament, isn't terrible. It's not bad at all. He does use a flame that acts like Rio, and I think that would hurt someone like Fuji, but I don't think it would hurt Kizaru. So my opinion on the fight is that Luffy is going to obviously be the person to carry both Nami and Sanji to this win. Now, the question for me is, I don't think, like, do I think that Kizaru could get taken out by Luffy faster than like Fuji could get past Sanji and then get to Nami and kill Nami or like take Nami out. And to me right now, I do not believe that they would be able to do so. I think that Sanji's very capable enough of holding back a Fujitora like character, even though it might not be for a super big amount of time. I think that Luffy is just at a level right now where nobody could tell me the reason why the admirals such as Kizaru or Akainu or Aokiji just didn't show up to Wano whenever they wanted. It was stated by Green Bull the reason they never came to Wano was because Kaido was there. They were afraid. And that's point blank. So I also saw another Yonko tell Green Bull if he better just leave right now. And his whole power dissipated. So I think Luffy at this point is up into those tiers of hockey where he can make certain abilities stop working or at least put a little hesitation into such admirals. And with his ability being what it is, he'd be able to go all out and they would be confused as hell about how to deal with him. Because I've seen also Kizaru, he was flying through Sabaody, right? But I've also seen Apu just take him out of that Yama mirror where he was traveling by bouncing off of light and get taken out of that. Like,
That's false.
He wasn't fast enough to get
That's
false.
That's false, Larry. That's
No,
false.
he did the Yamata mirror after he got cut.
Yeah, after.
He got cut by Apu.
So
after the mirror, he kicked Apu down. That's what happened.
I mixed it up. He tried to do it with Rayleigh, and then Rayleigh cut him off. So is Rayleigh faster than Sanji? Is Rayleigh faster than Luffy? I would say no.
Well, if Rayleigh has the 6 powers, maybe.
Come on, bro. It's Rayleigh. He's not faster than both of them.
I'm trolling.
Yeah. He's not faster than both of them.
Larry.
So what I'm saying is, meanwhile, Sanji's keeping Fujitora at bay, right? And it's not going to be for long. And Kizaru is definitely struggling against Luffy. Nami could just rain down lightning on both of them. And somehow distract them enough where Sanji could probably get a hit on Fuji and it would hurt him. I think that's possible. She could be far enough away that she could land a shot or distract him long enough. Like Fuji would have to do something in order to compensate for being struck by lightning. We saw Big Mom get struck by lightning. It's Big Mom though, right? She's an unstoppable force. But if it happened to Fuji, he's definitely probably not going to take that as well as like Big Mom did. So I think that there's enough distraction, bro, in order for Luffy to finish Kizaru.
My question about that: gravity can bend lightning, right? Because y'all said it bends light.
Yeah.
So if lightning comes to Fuji, can't he just gravity it away? Because he can move it horizontally and vertically. We've seen that.
All right. So from what we've seen, Fuji can't.
Not only that, if he and Sanji is fighting. And his observation hockey is off, and he detects Nami. Like, that's if she can get away. That's if she can run away. Because Nami doesn't have speed feats. We already seen that. Like that, she's jogging like a regular person. She is running.
Yeah.
No matter how fast she can run, Fuji can catch up to her in an instant. And that's even if he uses his gravity ability to propel himself.
Yeah.
Like he's still gonna catch up to her regardless. And then, even though Sanji's gonna be there and try to like hold him off, whatever, it's not necessarily not true that he can still just use his gravity on Nami while still fighting Sanji with his sword skills.
Okay, but then I could also say that Luffy could just change his gravity into rubber.
What? Gravity is not a physical thing you can touch.
Well, hold on, but neither was air, and Luffy ended up running on it anyway.
That's different in the world of One Piece.
How is that different?
Because
in the world of One Piece, what do you mean by that?
The way I viewed it was the same as I viewed Skywalk. He was moving his legs fast enough to run on air. That's exactly how I view it. Just like a Skywalk, you hit the air hard enough, and then you can bounce off it.
Okay,
he was running so fast that he ran on air. That is how I view that. Gravity is a natural force.
Okay, but then that's your interpretation.
That's like saying he can turn time into rubber.
Okay,
that's like saying
but that's your interpretation of what you think it actually is happening. But in actuality, his power is imagination, right? Like he can manipulate matter at will. He can manipulate anything.
Yeah, but gravity's not matter though. That's the thing.
Yo, but if you're going to assume that Fuji can just gravity whatever he wants at the end of the day, the person with the most imagination in the show and their devil fruit can literally do anything. I'm pretty sure he can probably turn gravity into some type of form that is not gravity if he wishes it. I think you guys are downplaying Luffy at this point. And I think that, I'm sorry to say
It's
this,
not even
it's downplaying Sanji too. And the fact is, like, Nami could just rain lightning down if she so chose to. And the thing is too, everybody wants to say like how Fuji and Kizaru have these Hawks abilities. At the end of the day, they're not compatible. If gravity is being used, then Kizaru probably can't maneuver the way he wants because he's gonna end up getting bent.
But that's because I only seen light get bent by gravity when it's a black hole, correct?
Yeah, but he's still using.
But that's only when gravity collapses on itself. And he's not, and Fujitori's not throwing that black hole.
Okay, so then you're saying that Fuji probably has to limit himself either way, so he doesn't affect Kizaru.
I'm like, but black hole, we never. That's like you saying he can do black holes. He can't.
Listen, Fuji can do probably anything that he wants to do, but if it ends up affecting Kizaru anyway because of his abilities, I would say why not? We've never seen him use his ability passively, by the way, either. He's always had to activate it through the sword. So it's not like he could just automatically just keep gravity on. And when he does, what happened? He had to keep his sword on top of Law so he wouldn't move. So he's just not going to just throw a gravity field around people. Never happened.
So what if Fuji caused a meteor? Who's gonna stop that? Because don't say Sanji.
No, Luffy would probably just grab the meteor, turn it into rubber, and just throw it back at him.
Yeah, but while he's doing that, what Kizaru doing?
Kizaru is probably fighting Luffy at the same time. I've seen Luffy. Hold on.
Fuck out of here.
All right, 1, it's cursing. 2, YouTube. 3, I've seen Luffy literally not look and just grab a lightning bolt with one hand, like literally Odell Beckham did, and just threw it at Kaido. What happens when he starts paying attention to light and he just wants to grab light? Can he not just grab Kizaru and just bring him with him wherever he feels like? I've seen literally.
I mean, like,
hold on. I've seen Kaido get used as a jump rope.
You're right, Larry. He would pull around Kizaru like that.
Like,
that's fine.
Like, what's up? Like, are we downplaying Luffy now?
So he's grabbing Kizaru and the meteor?
Yeah, why not?
He does have two hands. I mean,
I think Kizaru's faster than Kaido, and I don't think Luffy can.
Okay, hold on, but that's speculation because Kaido's the fastest person we've seen in the show so far.
Could I say something real quick? Like when it comes to like Kizaru and his speed, we already seen Rayleigh slow him down. Like once you get to a certain level, hockey speed doesn't, especially like with devil fruits. I don't think speed really matters as much as it used to.
It does matter because at a certain point, Kaido's speed capped out a little bit, right? Like he had to start using Future Sight against Luffy. And then when he started doing that, he got faster. He started predicting moves and such like that. You know what I'm saying? And we have never seen Future Sight be used by admirals. And we've only seen really good observation by Fuji. And we don't even know what that entails, right? We just know that he can bang out with Sabo and not get hurt. Where Sabo was actually panting and he was a little bit damaged, right? He didn't look like he was taking him too seriously. He just said, yo, I have to keep my standing. But also, I've never seen anything that proves that he's better than Kaido. I think Sanji well enough can do enough work. He would last longer than 30 seconds, by the way. And I think it would be a really good fight. But Fujitora and Kizaru would have such a hard time getting past Luffy with Sanji's help. And then Nami just raining down lightning. It would be a hard-ass fight for both of them. It's not easy. And plus, you're talking about gravity, right, Shin? What did Zoro do on Greenbit when he was pushed down into the earth? He threw a sword slash, right? Like he was strong enough to do that through gravity.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say that Sanji's stronger than that sword slash?
He is, but Nami's not. Nami's not.
Yo, Nami doesn't have to be on the battlefield.
So we just starting when Nami's in the back. Like,
why not?
That's how we start.
If it's a 2v, hold on. If it's a 2v2, why not?
Nami has to start. Like we're starting in the same
Okay.
area, equal distance from each other.
Okay, equal distance. Okay, so get past Luffy at that point. Can they do it? Both of them together?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Then that's just your opinion, I guess. But that's not me. I'm going Luffy, Nami, and Sanji. And I think that y'all need to stop disrespecting.
I'm not disrespecting nobody. Trust me. I love Luffy to the bottom of my heart.
All I saw from the Admirals post time skip was them taking L's, bro.
Except Green Boy that one time.
You seen two Admirals
Hold up,
post
Larry.
time,
When
right?
did you switch up?
Huh?
No, the last time I called, you didn't have this type of mentality thinking about it.
What do you mean?
A few
The
weeks
Admiral.
ago,
Well, I've always said the Admirals took major L's, like post time skip, and I think that a lot of people like to think that Green Bull soloed King and Queen, but at the end of the day, they still had bandages on them, and he fought them when they were weakened. So I think that when you give too much credit to that type of like character during that type of moment, you're just playing yourself. Because at the end of the day, Zoans are known for their durability and also their recovery. And the fact is, they still weren't recovered. You know who else wasn't recovered? And they have a regeneration fruit and is a mythical Zoan, and he had bandages on him.
Here you go.
Yeah. Marco why wasn't Marco fully healed? But we don't give any credit to King and Queen for not being fully healed when they fought an Admiral, right? I mean, yeah, it's selective at this point.
Not even.
bro, I've
But
been
I
saying that for a while.
has anybody changed their vote? I do want to get another group in here.
It's 7-3. I don't think I'm gonna change my vote. We're just gonna run away with the lead.
Huh?
I'm gonna keep
Shouldn't
my
be a
vote the
prideful
same.
I might change from a low diff to a neg diff. Nami
Oh my
is
God,
getting one
HD
tap.
too much, man.
I'm telling you,
HD too
Nami
much.
is getting one tapped. Fujisaura's
Right.
AoE can literally just put Nami through the floor and the fight's over.
Mm,
You can't block gravity.
it's got a point. But all right, gentlemen, I do want to get another group in here. I'll thank you guys for your contributions to the DDT. Stick
All right,
around.
man.
We're gonna have more going on after this matchup. Stick around for the the Legends bracket. But Larry, if you don't mind dropping, man, let's get Strahd, Human, Rude Dude, and Pig Hudson in here.
God, man, Big Hudson. You said Rude Dude and
Yeah,
who, man?
yeah.
Do you want Tachi too and Oz? I mean, there's not much people left. I mean, there's like 4 other people left, to be honest, but
So we still haven't had Messy Hair or
Yeah,
Berserk
Berserk,
or
Love.
UNV or Oz
and we
or
have
Perfect or Robot.
yeah.
So we got another 4 that we can bring in after this. So I was gonna leave it at that. But all right,
I hate you, Strahd.
welcome.
love you
Strahd's
too,
first
boo-boo.
day back, man. Trolling. Yo, where's your banana, bro? All right, gentlemen, y'all know the rules. Who you got, what diff, and why. If you need. Oh man. Oh my god. We'll start with Pig. Pig, what's up, man? How's your night? Who you got? What diff and why?
Night's going pretty good, and had a banana for lunch, so I'm obviously going to agree with Larry and his potassium. Luffy, Nami, and Sanji got this.
Ooh, it's comeback season. I could feel it. Why?
and-
What's going on?
A lot of people haven't really been talking about Nami much at all.
Mhm.
The fact that she does have lightning attacks she can use, as well as Zeus, who is sentient, and as we have seen, can use Haki, would be able to not only protect her, but also go on the attack and even be effective against a Logia, such as Kizaru. I don't believe Fuji's going to be able to withstand a bunch of lightning and attacks from Sanji or Luffy, depending on how the fight ends up splitting off. Luffy, because it's 2 of his Nakama, and with it being Nami and Sanji, who we saw just how close he was to both of them on Whole Cake Island, Luffy isn't going to be acting I'll say rationally, he is going to do everything in his power to make sure that those two do not get hurt. Now, because Chestnut's not here, I'm going to go ahead and just refute her anyway. Nami's happiness punch would do nothing to Fujitora. I'll just throw that out and she can see that later. But with Nami having Zeus and Zeus being able to use Haki, even if Kizaru goes for an AoE attack, Sanji and Luffy are both more than fast enough to dodge it. They both have the Haki that they could bat it away if they need to. Nami will be safe because Zeus does have the Haki. He can wrap around her and protect her because we've seen him change his shape as well. So even if Nami gets pinned down by the gravity, there's nothing saying that Luffy or Sanji couldn't run in and get her out of that field of gravity, or that Zeus couldn't still fly around and just launch lightnings. Essentially, it's going to be a 4v2. I'm going to put it extreme diff, and I'm not sure which of the admirals would go down first. I'm pretty sure it'd end up being Fujitora, though. I don't think he's going to be as durable or as skilled as Kizaru in a battle environment, given from what we've seen at Dressrosa.
All right. Fair take. Thanks, Pig. Rude Dude, a.k.a. Rubik's. What's up, man?
Hey, how's it going, guys? Apologize for my voice. I lost my voice from COVID a bit ago, but it's coming back.
Oh, glad you're good, man.
Yo, thank you.
Yeah, man. Glad you're all right.
You're still beautiful, though.
Overall, it was mostly just like a cold, and it wasn't so bad, but the voice is still a problem. But so first of all, W takes from Larry. Like, I heard nothing but W takes from Larry in that conversation. And I agree wholeheartedly with pretty much everything he said. There's a couple of points I wanted to add in general. So one is, I think, especially when we're talking about these like double fights, team fights, I like to think about what kinds of combo attacks that they can do, even if they haven't necessarily shown them before. So like, for the first thing that came to my mind is, okay, Nami's making a bunch of ultra lightning bolts and Luffy's rubberizing these and raining down hell, from the sky. I think earlier on, as much as I don't want to downplay Kizaru as an admiral, I do think he was maybe a little overhyped. And I think people take the fact that he moves at speed of light a little too literally. I do think he can move at speed of light, but I think if you look at what was shown, and like Larry pointed out, the people that were able to stop him, clearly like his brain doesn't work at the speed of light. Like, he has to make decisions. People can pick up on his intent before he does attacks. And okay, you guys don't like that.
No, that was funny.
Nah, that was gold. I'm just so upset that
that's funny as hell.
Mosh isn't here. I wish Mosh was here for that.
Because like,
but go on.
I think like it is headcanon-y, but like if you logic it out, like imagine you could move at the speed of light. Like imagine how hard that would be to control yourself. Like if you move, the difference in like a fraction of a second is going to be crazy differences. So in my mind, this is definitely headcanon, but I think he's in some ways handicapped in that he has to like pre-plan his attacks. And I think that's where people are able to, using their observation Haki, read his intent and get in there and preempt him. So that aside, I like thinking about all the different combo attacks. I do still think it's extremely difficult, and I agree. I don't know if Sanji has the attacks to hurt the admirals, but I 100% think he can fend the admirals off, and he can reliably defend Nami. He can, kick her far away. She can, there's debates about whether or not she can ride Zeus. I know Pig has had some words about that. I still kind of think that she could, but regardless, I think that she can play good keep away, and I think that her role as a port is being undervalued. Like, yes, okay, what's raining gonna do to admirals? Like, she caused rain. Like, it's not like a Cracker situation where that specifically countered him, or if they were fighting Crocodile or anything like that. So to me, her support is really the lightning. Like, I don't see how else. Like, maybe there could be something like Sanji makes fireballs, Luffy rubberizes the fire. I don't know what that would do. Like, and she could use wind to like have a barrage of fireballs hit them. I'm thinking stuff like this. But ultimately, I'm gonna say extreme diff for the Straw Hats. And most of my reasons are what Larry already said, so I don't want to repeat that stuff. But that's just my 2 cents.
All right, fair takes. I love that you brought in the Nami raining lightning and Luffy spamming them by grabbing them. I think that's awesome. Just visually, that just
Yeah, that would be
seems
dope.
like a really cool thing. I would love to see that. I kind of hope it happens on Egghead somehow, some way versus Kizaru, so we could get a live action view of what you just said. But yeah, that was cool. I also agree that I think Nami has been slightly downplayed as far as support. And I think, like you said and Larry said, Luffy's getting a little bit of downplayed. I think the recent chapter with him and Lucci has some people walking back their stances on Luffy, but I need y'all to understand he ain't taking Lucci seriously. So I don't know. I still haven't given my take yet. I won't yet. But I'll move on to Strahd. What's up, man? Welcome back. Who you got? What diff and why? And I hope you had a really dope business vacation, panhandling your crack cocaine or whatever it is you do.
Well, you know, I had to visit my 7 kids, as Larry adequately put it. And I also wanted to say a cut to Soga King for talking trash. And I'm really disappointed about the KY party not including me, Larry. I just had to say that. I haven't finished watching the last episode, but I'm going to catch up, and I'm going to get whoever wronged me when I was gone. Moving on. I'm going to go with the Straw Hats. I think a lot of evidence has been given as to why that's a good choice, and I do believe it. One thing I will add to it is I believe Luffy has reached the level of where he's not going to forget the last time they faced an admiral and he like literally lost his friends when he was like kind of crying like a little baby, please don't take them, and he was powerless. All that stuff compounded by the fact of Ace at the same time. So I think if an admiral rolls up and we're talking a serious fight, Luffy's just going to be like, well, yeah, I'm not going to let you kill them because of, I don't know, my guts or something, some crazy line. And he just changes the rules. Like, everyone's rubber. No one can take damage. That's just Luffy taking on one admiral. I think right now, I think he could take Kizaru. I think he's Yonko level. And somebody put out a new theory recently, and it influences my opinion greatly. But I think he's on that level. I think we need to start giving Luffy a little more respect. And Sanji and Nami, I think, coupled together could hold down another admiral long enough for Luffy to change reality, dictated by his power of imagination, with Yonko power. And I think it's them extreme diff. I'm not gonna disrespect the admirals. It's extreme diff. It's a hard fight. It's not even a guarantee. But to discount that they could win this fight, I think it's disrespectful to the last 25 years of works we've all been enjoying. I think it's Straw Hats extreme diff. It's time to give them the credit.
Yeah, I never said diff either, but I think it's extreme diff for the Straw Hats too.
Yeah,
and I love you all.
Closer now.
That's my final thing. I love you all.
Thank you, Strahd. They're close to tying it up. It's now 7-6, unless I did my math wrong just now. But thank you, Strahd. Man? Who you got? What diff? And why?
Hey, I'm gonna give it to Luffy and Nami.
Hey.
Yeah, even out the score. Yeah, a lot of people have been disregarding Zeus and just not taking into account that he's like a sentient part of a Yonko. Like I think that's crazy. And just like people are not talking about Luffy enough, I feel like he's not gonna let somebody was saying earlier, like he's not gonna let his Nakama get like hurt. Like Nami especially, or Sanji. So yeah, honestly, yeah. Like maybe like I don't know if this is disrespectful, but I'd say like high diff. Like maybe like not lower, but yeah, high, like high diff.
High's not disrespectful. I feel you. Damn, everybody picked Luffy and Nami on this go round. I was thinking we were gonna get some pushback from somebody.
It's the right thing to do, Seb.
I don't want to change my vote or anything, but I do want to. I was thinking about combo attacks for the other side as well, and like someone mentioned about gravity being able to bend light. I do think there could be room for something like Fujitora uses like gravity in specific spots to like do some sort of crazy attack where he bends Kizaru's light in some way. Like I don't know, maybe concentrate all of his laser beams into one point or something like that. I think that could be cool, and I do think that that is part of why it's an extreme diff is that these guys have broken powers. And yes, Luffy's power is probably the most broken, but yeah, that's why I land on Luffy's side is that I think their teamwork is just better, is going to be better, and there's going to be more schisms in the teamwork between the two admirals.
Yeah.
Play a little devil's advocate to that. You saying that the combo attacks like that, I fully agree. But I also fully agree to the opposite. So if you think about it, with some people that can't handle their powers, right? And we only say, and I know people don't like this argument, but I fully believe Fuji can only do the power through the sword. Maybe not 100%, but I'm on that fence. And if that's true, what if he can't handle gravity at those upper levels? Because if he does, while it would be cool to redirect light, what if he would just consume it? What
He
if he
awakens mid-battle.
use those abilities, but it's like it's a tribute to kind of how, like, we don't think Kaido was awakened because he couldn't handle it, or his mind wasn't caught up to it, and if he did, maybe he would lose control or something along those lines. So something similar. So even though they work good in tandem with each other, even though Fuji I think is that guy and should be training at 400 times Super Saiyan gravity in a time chamber somewhere, gravity bends light, you can bend time. We're not going down this rabbit hole. He should be more, but I think it could be true that he could be a detriment, and if he's doing black hole and it kills everybody, he loses because Zoro was part of that fight too. So it could go the other way and it could be out of hand.
On that point, I just want to add on to that point. For the other side, I guess for Luffy, I do see a world where it's possible that Luffy in his Nika state becomes so playful and so happy-go-lucky that he loses sight of protecting Nami, for instance. And like maybe there's a moment where Sanji is incapacitated by one of the attacks or is dealing with an attack and he can't go and defend Sanji. In those moments, I would expect Luffy to do it. But maybe if he's in his Nika state, he's not like he doesn't notice it or suddenly becomes less important to him. It's hard to say because again, we haven't really seen what the Nika state does to him other than make him, be really laughy and jokey, which he kind of is already. It's just kind of turned up.
Yeah.
This might be a real quick question. Is it crazy to think that because of Gear 5 and the whole Yonko status and us taking it like serious? By the way, he's not serious during Lucci. He's literally sleeping. He's doing that, like dodging fists. So let's not even talk about that. But is it possible that Luffy at real Yonko level, which we need to start respecting, Gear 5, if it is truly mastered jumping in and out, but is it possible he could, if he's about to see Nami or Sanji like literally get hit with, the jewels or something like that, he just uses Conquers and knocks out an admiral just out of pure want? Is that possible with hang on. Is it possible with how crazy Nika's power is supposed to be with imagination? Is that too out there, or is that like, could a moment arise where Luffy has to have like a throw like that and it literally turns the tide of the entire war? Like they start taking the Straw Hat seriously, and that's what builds up this major war.
So Strahd, I'm saying no for right now. Like where we see Luffy right now, I still think he needs more growth or whatever. Like I think
I will agree to that.
But like in the future, it's still a wild thing to see. Like an admiral getting knocked out with Conqueror's Haki, like that's OD. But I'm one of those people that's like, if Luffy's supposed to really be the Pirate King,
I mean,
it can't happen.
It would be an MC that would do it, right?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like there can't be anything that you say Luffy can't do. You know what I mean? Like by the end of the series,
Shanks is close to doing something like that, or no? You would say not even Shanks. He can't do that.
I don't think Shanks can do it either. But
even Shanks.
I need clarification because the movie was just supposed to be a look into what the powers are supposed to be, and he held off 2 with.
I'll say this too.
So we don't know yet.
I just don't think Oda would ever put the admirals in that position. He enjoys them.
What if there's something worse than the admirals down the line?
I heard it. I heard
it. Yeah. I mean,
if I may,
maybe. Go ahead, Pig.
I don't know.
If I may, Oda did reveal in an SBS that it is Fuji that ate the gravity fruit. It is not his sword. So canonically, it is not the sword that has the gravity. I believe Fuji uses it more as a catalyst to kind of control his own powers, because usually when he's increasing gravity, you see him sheathing his sword slowly back into its sheath. I appreciate the respect on not trying to bring up the Nami riding Zeus thing, because I'll die on that hill.
Oh, why? All right. I guess if nobody's gonna switch their take, we have to get another group in here because it's tied up.
You guys Straw Hats. If you
Thank
ain't
y'all.
riding with Straw Hats,
Top is on
what are you
top.
even doing here?
What'd you say?
Me or Strahd? I just said, love you guys. Top is on top.
Oh, thank
you, man.
Thank you, man.
I appreciate you, rude boy.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate
sure,
you,
man.
man. Thank you. Thank
Larry,
you.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry about about Among Us last time. All right, that was my bad.
Nuts.
I'm always gonna remember that.
All right. I guess
Thank
since
you,
we're
gentlemen.
tied up, we have to get a whole new group to see what's up.
Yeah, thank you, gentlemen. Definitely stick around. We're gonna be starting up the extra matches. I'll say that the Legends duo.
Yeah, so we can watch Dragon sweep them. Got it.
Hey, you can't rank Dragon. Don't bring that crap in here. Let's not start, okay?
You're gonna make me
Don't
fight
get Larry
Sebastian.
and Seb started. You saw the last
So
TikTok.
me and Larry squashed the Dragon.
That's all I'm gonna say.
All right.
Thank you, rude dude. Appreciate you.
Yes.
Anyway,
Thank you.
All
right.
But
See
all
you
right.
later, guys.
All right. Yeah. It's good seeing y'all. Kick me out. Jesus. At least you're doing it, kicking me out last. I appreciate that.
I let you do it yourself, Sean.
I'm gonna move myself.
Yes, yes. Out of respect.
When I feel like it.
Yeah, of
For now.
course. Not yeah.
Okay, right.
So
I was gonna move him.
So anime, messy hair guy, Berserk, Love,
Love,
Oz,
Perfect, Robot.
damn,
we can do Chris
and then
and
Tachi.
Tachi. Fuck
Yeah.
it. Screw it. Just get everybody else who's in here.
Yeah, this is gonna be the tiebreaker for everything. So let's see.
All right.
Welcome, gentlemen. How are you? Should I get Perfect Truffles too? I mean, he wasn't in here either.
I thought I said Perfect.
Yeah.
get
Oh, you
Perfect in
did?
there.
Oh, my bad. I tried to get Robot too.
And Love.
Yeah.
They might be dropping themselves.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, everybody's here that wasn't on before. I think somebody just Tachi.
Yeah, Tachi might be working. I don't know.
Discord be so
might be,
weird, bro. It'd be dropping people.
I don't know.
All right, it seems like everybody's good now. So we have everybody that we didn't have before. Welcome, gentlemen. How are you?
What's up, boys?
Yeah, Seb, take it away, bro.
All right, y'all. Y'all know the vibes. Y'all know how it goes. Welcome to DDT. I'm gonna be asking each of y'all who you got, what diff, and why. If you haven't been paying attention, we are tied up in the Luffy, Nami, and Sanji versus Kizaru and Fujitora matchup. Just to reiterate these stipulations, if Sanji gets taken out, it does not affect the battle. Nami or Luffy must be taken out, or Kizaru and Fujitora must be taken out. Sanji is just there to give a buffer for Nami because she can't compete anywhere near this level, really, by herself. So, all right. I'll start with Tachi. I love the chopper in the background, man. That's epic. I can't lie. I'm jealous.
I had the soundboard ready with the "Can we get higher" piano, but I couldn't get the louder. But it's okay. It's all right. In spirit, we're gonna get higher because two out of the three straw hats can go invisible. So Nami's got her Mirage. Sanji can go super fast, literally at blinding speed. So Fujitora is actually gonna be the key pick for the Kizaru bracket here, because Kizaru is limited to a singular direction in his travel, and every depiction that we've ever seen of him, he's always gotten shook by a first mate. So if he actually rolls up to a Yonko captain, I feel like the vibe is going to be a little bit different. I don't even care if he remembers him from Marineford. He's going to know. He's going to be like, oh goodness gracious, we're actually facing off against a Toon Force guy who is grabbing my jewel things and throwing them back at me as a woman is creating thunderclouds while being invisible in front of me. Oh my goodness, Fujitora, help. And then Fujitora would try to help, and Strahd hit it right on the money. That boy did not eat his fruit. It's coated in his sword. He can swim 100%. I believe that. I can be wrong, I'll own it. But Fujitora, in his technique, would probably be able to hold Sanji off enough for Kizaru to try to like formulate a plan around dealing with Gear 5th, because that's just reality warping outright. If you can burn rubber on air, you can burn rubber on a gravitational field. That's how I care. That's how I see it. So it would be the Straw Hats, and I would say high diff due to the mastery of the techniques from the Admirals.
Okay, listen. The Straw Hats have come back from down 7-3. This is kind of wild. I think it was like 7-1 at one point. Honestly,
No one believed.
This is wild. This is wild, man. I'm proud of my people.
Tap me in because it's about to be tight again.
Go ahead, Chris. I was gonna go with someone else, but go ahead, Chris. Do you think?
Yo, I am flabbergasted. I love Luffy. I think Nami is up there with being the most loyal Straw Hat along with Zoro. Sanji, y'all know how I feel about Sanji, but I'm not about to hate today. Kizaru and Fujitora are easily winning this fight. Mid-diff tops. First of all, we know for a fact Luffy is going to call out every single move he does to Fujitora because Fujitora is blind, and that's a huge handicap. Secondly, Fujitora, his gravity move is like all-encompassing, and there is no way you can defend that if you're Nami. Sanji can't do anything about it to help out Nami. Luffy can't do anything about it to help out Nami. That is going to be a huge liability. At most, what they can do is carry Nami on their backs, and that right there is going to create a huge liability for whoever has to carry Nami, because she is not moving when Fuji is using her gravity, and that's basically all they really have to do. Like if I'm Fuji and Kizaru, like use my gravity, Nami can't do anything, create liability for one of the Straw Hats, Kizaru finish him off, and we got this in the bag. Like there's just like no avenue for winning if I'm like Luffy, Sanji, or Nami.
I push back. I will do it respectfully, because Gear 5th, you're really gonna downplay the idea that the homie number 1 kicked lightning. Number 2, Luffy got smashed into lightning by Kaido. Remember that. So Luffy is quite literally able to interact with anything. And gravitational fields and forces are just the quote atmosphere being pressured down. That's why we saw that giant meteor come down on the green bit. It was just Fujitora flexing. But Law and Dofi just handled that meteor like it was nothing. So if you're gonna tell me that he's immediately gonna target a gravitational field onto Sanji and Nami, well, you're gonna be facing a Gear 5th Luffy that cares too much about his Nakama. He's
That right there, and that right there is a liability in of itself. I'm always of the belief that you cannot win if you're playing defense. You know what I'm saying? Like Nami's a liability. Luffy could counter Fuji's gravity. That's cool. That's fine and dandy. But how are they gonna go on the offense if Luffy
is the offense. That's yes, he names every single move, but Fujitora's, I would say, presume his observation hockey would be peak enough where he doesn't need to name the move in order for Fujitora to either counter it or try to avoid it in some form or fashion. The dude, he's a samurai outright. He's a seasoned samurai. They conscripted him into the Marines and then gave him a fruit. Like, that's how dope of a samurai he was. Luffy is instantly gonna blitz that dude. Kizaru, being the Kizaru that he is, he's gonna blitz Sanji or Nami, because Nami's the faster option here. And instantly, I guarantee you, Sanji and Kizaru right now are equal, if not Sanji on par. Sorry, above Kizaru in speed. And let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. The only reason why is because Kizaru, just like how someone said earlier, his thought process cannot move as fast as he does. Sanji's does. We saw that in the Queen fight. He was still experimenting with himself, but hopefully through further development, we get to see his actual true, like, invisibility in full force because it's not. I personally don't think it's limited to speed, but that's just headcanon. I'm gonna mute.
Fuji, to me, is apparently criminally underrated because he can easily use his power while fighting with a sword. So, to me, if I'm Fuji, I'm just implementing my gravity field, whatever, to slow all three of them down, and I can still move about and fight while my gravity is on. And we have literally seen in the last chapter, Luffy hand Bonnie to Jinbei because he could not fight Lucci while holding Bonnie. So in my head, how can he fight either the Admirals while carrying Nami while his speed is going down because of Fuji's gravity, let alone Sanji? Because to me, Sanji is like nowhere near the level of the Admiral. I won't say nowhere near. That's low much. But he is clearly a tier below the Admirals and Luffy. So it's not as if Luffy is having like an equal companion in this fight.
Yes, I will agree with you that Luffy is the star of his team right now, absolutely. And the support that's given from Sanji and Nami can be affected by Fujitora. However, we've only ever seen it activated when it was unsheathed. Even when he was holding down Law on the green bat, I think Larry said this earlier. The sword was unsheathed completely. Every single instance that sword has been unsheathed, gravity was put into effect. If Luffy, being the dude who has blossomed all three Hakis at this point, and we can comfortably say has future sight, would he not be able to speed blitz a dude whose power is activated by a sword unsheathing? Because the Bonnie thing can be negated with his response to her at the beginning of the arc when he explained how Gear 5 works when he says that's how he fights in it while he's most free. So if that's his most optimal way of fighting, of course he's gonna drop by. That's literally a burden limiting it.
All right, so hold on real quick before either of you guys respond. Chris, I just want to give small pushback on what you said about Luffy handing off Bonnie. Bonnie was actively unconscious and incapable of even moving or dodging.
To me, that will be the equivalent of Nami while Fuji's gravity is on. Like, what is Nami doing when the gravity is on?
Mhm.
Like, I don't foresee Nami being able to move. I don't foresee Nami being able to use Zeus. I don't foresee Nami to be able to do anything besides lay there and be like, oh my gosh, this gravity is too heavy. I can't move. And one of either Sanji or Luffy having to carry her around while they fight.
It would be Sanji carrying because I genuinely think Luffy would speed blitz Fuji. I think Luffy would know Fuji is the bigger threat amongst the two.
I think, I love Luffy. He's my favorite character, but I think we're giving him way too much credit at this point. I think we're giving him a little bit way too much credit. He's not that guy yet that he could just be speed blitzing admirals. We rarely didn't do it when he fought Kizaru. And if you feel like Luffy is stronger than current day Rayleigh, that's cool and all. You know what I'm saying? But to speed blitz Kizaru or Fuji at this point in the story, it's just too much to ask. You know what I'm saying? Because these are like the top tier antagonists of the story. They're not gonna get one-shotted. They're not gonna get speed blitzed. Fuji can hold his own. And
I'm really hoping you misspoke and you said Prime Rayleigh. You said Prime Rayleigh, right?
I'm sorry, not Prime Rayleigh. Like the Rayleigh at Sabaody.
So you that dude didn't speed blitz Kizaru?
They fended off each other and they had an equal fight. He was just fending off Kizaru.
And that dude didn't say that Blackbeard would beat him on Amazon Lily? That same guy.
But that's my point, though.
So you're saying that Luffy is weaker than Blackbeard?
Blackbeard will grow stronger, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, Luffy is not speed blitzing like Blackbeard, no. Like, he's not doing that to Law. He's not doing that to Kid. You know what I'm saying? Like speed blitzing them and one-shotting them, like, we are giving Luffy way too much credit at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, we literally just fought Kid and
we gotta get to other people.
We gotta get to other people,
bro.
Multiple attacks from Kaido and Big Mom, and they still stood standing. Whether they were stronger, of course not. But, like, to say that you speed blitzing them and one shot in them with one attack, it's like, come on, we're giving these guys too much credit.
That is a caveat that no one added. It's
All right,
only speed
so
blitz.
so we got to get to other people, and
Yeah,
one thing I
Tachi,
want to
Chris.
point out too is that in Road to Laugh Tale Chapter 3, it is confirmed that Fuji ate his devil fruit himself, not his sword. So I
Boom.
I searched
Not
it up.
Not dead weight, yo. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Just is what it is.
Chris, wild take, bro. Next.
All right. That was interesting. I agree with a lot of what he said, though. I did. It was just that one Rayleigh thing. I don't think it came off the way he meant it to come off. So I feel you, Chris. I understand what you was trying to say. All right.
I didn't.
So we're gonna go with Robot, aka Lawrence from Insecure. What's up, man?
Hey, yo, that's wild.
I know you get that a lot. I know you do. No way.
Little bit.
I knew
I used to get Lil Webby when I was younger. I thought that was wild disrespectful back then.
Oh man. At least I gave you Lawrence. At least I gave you Lawrence, bro.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's better. It's better, but but yeah, I got the Admirals high diff. I think Chris was spitting. Like, we give Luffy too much credit. Like, he a dog. He a dog. He's like that. But like, we take the Kaido fight and be like, oh, like they ain't just jump him for 90 minutes. You feel? Like, if you jump me with 12 dudes and then you eventually win in a 1v1, like, and then you bragging on that, like, bro, come on. You just whipped me with 12 guys and then they walked away eventually. Like, you know. Like, but yeah, I don't think I think Luffy can potentially be an admiral right now. I think he can, but I don't think it happens quick enough for Sanji and Nami to take out the other one. I think the admirals are like that. Like, they got that dog in them for real.
Mm.
But you know, Oda hasn't, you know, shown us that yet. Too much, I should say. But look, why you shaking your head, Larry? Like, bro, you know they gotta be like that. Why would they be in the story if they not like that? Like, why are they end game opponents if they just, you know, able to get speed blitzed by anybody when they get a certain level of strength? You know, like, they gotta have advanced forms of hockey. Whether it be, you know, whether they have conquerors or not, I don't know, you know. But like, they gotta have observation, they gotta have armament and all that. Like, they some of the best in the verse. So, yeah, high diff admirals.
All right. Admiral's back with the lead thanks to Robot. Let's go with
Smart man.
let's go with Berserk Kurt. What's up, Berserk? Are you playing a game? You playing a game for real? I'll go on somebody else.
I just dropped a nuke. Call of Duty. That's why I just dropped a nuke. Let's go!
My God, no yes! L's. No L's, bro. No L's.
My fault, guys. My fault. Woo! Shit, I was stressing. I
seen you in the corner. I was like, yo, he going through it.
Okay, if I have to choose, I would say I'm going. Hold up. Can I hit the stipulations one more time for the match, please?
You. So it's Luffy, Nami, and Sanji versus Kizaru and Fujitora. If Sanji is taken out, that does not have any bearing on the fight. They have to take out either Luffy or Nami, and just like the Straw Hats have to take out either Fujitora or Kizaru. The first combatant down, your team loses. All right? Sanji is basically just there to buffer and try to protect Nami, whatever. You know, however you want, you see the fight playing out in your mind, Luffy versus Kizaru, Luffy versus Fujitora. However you see it playing out, let us know. But who you got, what diff, and why?
If I'm being for it and not just being biased because I want to ride with Luffy so bad. If it was Zoro, if it was Zoro instead of Sanji, I would have whipped the Straw Hats. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go to Admirals, and I do not want to go to Admirals. I truly don't want to go to Admirals. I really feel that Luffy can hold his own against one of them, but the problem is that I don't feel the attack potency for Sanji and Sanji is going to help them long enough because I know for a fact the durability of both admirals is going to be very high. Even though we don't even see the feats, can't no one feasibly in their head say, okay, their durability, their hockey levels are not through the roof. So off that alone, I feel it has you got to go with the Admirals, and I'm a Luffy stan. I'm a hard Luffy stan, and it's insane because even though the Admirals like get drugged in the mud nowadays, I'm gonna have to go to Admirals. I really feel that they're going to catch Nami. They're going to catch Nami. She's going to get got. She's going to get got. She gonna get packed up. It is what it is. I'm gonna go Admirals. I'm gonna go Admirals mid diff. I'm really gonna go Admirals mid diff.
All right. Okay, Berserk. Go, you get back to your game, man. You got to nuke double up. Double up, all right? I believe in you. You got that. All right. Admirals with the late lead. They got it back. It was tied for a second. Admirals brought the lead back. I'm gonna go to Messy Hair. What's going on, Messy Hair? What's going on?
So, thanks for having me. Firstly, I want to say, Chris, that take you had was crazy. I don't care what anybody says. And secondly, the Admiral disrespect. If anybody thinks Luffy, Nami, and Sanji are winning this, you're crazy. The Admirals get disrespected way too much, in my personal opinion. It's crazy. Fuji gets downplayed because he held back against Luffy. Like that shouldn't be his only cause of like his strength. But I think Kizaru's gonna absolutely blitz Sanji and Nami before Luffy can do anything. I think the Admirals are smart enough for Fuji to focus on Luffy first. I just think that's what's gonna happen, and Kizaru will just get the quick W because we know Kizaru's lazy. I don't think Sanji's struggling with Queen. Like, he's struggling with Queen. What do you think he's going to do with Kizaru? He's not there yet. I think it's going to be a mid-diff fight for the Admirals. Yeah, that's what I've got. I just don't see Luffy beating Fujitora before Kizaru can slam the others. And I can see Tachi wanting to scream at me right now.
All right. Appreciate the take, Messy Hair. Oz.
Yo, what's up, boys? Yeah, sorry, Tati, but I gotta agree with Anime Messy Hair, bro. Like, it's the Admirals. It's mid diff. Like, they get underplayed way too much. And I know, like that gravity fruit, that life fruit, Kizaru and them never really. I feel like they've never really gone full out against like anybody. So I just and to be honest, to me, Luffy's the only one within the Straw Hats that can really like give a fight to an admiral. Like I don't even think Zoro's there yet because he doesn't really have like full control over it, or at least we don't think he does. So Sanji's not there yet, and Nami's way too much of a. She's just way too weak. She's too weak. I can't see them winning. And just like Berserk said, it hurts to see that because I love Luffy too, man. So yeah, but I got the Admirals. It's mid diff.
All right. Thank you, Oz. Love. Who you got? What diff? And why?
What's good, my boys? First off,
What up?
I want to say much love to everybody in here.
Much love,
And
bro.
Berserk, I just want to say, bro, you wanting to ride Luffy was kind of crazy. But I have to take over that Luffy ride because I got the Straw Hats, man.
Hey.
I got the Straw Hats because I just think the Straw Hats have a up on the Admirals right now. Like, I just don't see what they... I'm kind of nervous. It's kind of crazy being in the stream.
Don't be nervous, man. We ain't shit.
Regular
But
people.
like I said, I think the Straw Hats have an up on the Admirals right now. I think Sanji is definitely capable of holding off Fuji. And Luffy's, like, Gear 5 is just... I feel like it's kind of the perfect counter to Kizaru. Because let's say Kizaru brings out a Yada mirror, and if I'm not mistaken, when he activates Yada mirror, doesn't another mirror appears where he wants to go? Like, is that not what happened with Apu?
Yeah, to use that specific technique, he phases via mirrors. Like it's like light shining from one mirror to another mirror.
Okay, so let's say Kizaru tries to activate a Yada mirror to get to Nami, because I do think Nami's of course going to be the one that'll get taken out by the admirals. But let's say Kizaru activates a Yada mirror, right? Tries to get at Nami. I think Luffy's just gonna grab the mirror, aim it somewhere else, and send Kizaru somewhere else. Like, I just don't see how the admirals. I just don't see them be able to get to Nami. Like I said, Luffy, Kizaru, Sanji, Fujitora. I just don't see how the admirals take this.
What's the diff you said?
I think it's high diff, definitely.
Okay.
Seb, do you mind if I say something?
Chris, let me get Perfect Truffles in here real quick because he hasn't gone yet.
Okay.
But then I'll go to you right after, all right?
Sure thing.
Hello, first time on the stream. Nice
What's up? What's up, Truffles, man? Happy to have you.
I think it's definitely Admirals. High diff.
Why? Did I get frozen?
No. I think he just went
He
away.
got cut off. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, we got his take. I mean, his choice. I wanted to hear why, but Truffles, if you can get back on and give us your why, that would be great. But at least we got your take. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, I just need to apologize and clear my name because I was a little scattered. I was doing something while I was talking, so I think maybe I misspoke because I don't know what wild take y'all talking about. I don't do wild takes. I do mild takes. The point I was trying to make was that we have not seen an admiral get speed blitzed. You know what I'm saying? And so to just assume that from Luffy is just, to me, like, just unfounded. Like,
that's not true.
And so I think when I mentioned Rayleigh, I was trying to say that when Rayleigh pulled up and said Bodhi, he did not speed blitz Kizaru. They fended each other off. Unless maybe I'm thinking of the definition differently. But speed blitz to me is like you lose before you even see it coming.
So Chris, the reason everybody was shocked or had reaction, you implied that current Luffy was not as strong as current Rayleigh.
No,
am I correct? Because
yeah,
that was like the.
When I brought up Rayleigh in my head, I'm thinking of Sabodi. I was thinking about that moment. So non-prime Rayleigh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were saying because it was the implication. I know you're trying to say that you don't expect the admirals to get one shot or speed blitz, and I agree with that. But in your explanation, you implied that Luffy currently wasn't as strong as Rayleigh at Sabodi or whatever, which is why we all had that reaction. I'm misreading.
Oh no, I feel you on that. If you want to say that current Luffy is stronger than prime Rayleigh, like, or non-prime, that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. My only point in bringing up Rayleigh in general was that these admirals don't get speed blitzed. Like, it doesn't matter if Luffy is somewhat stronger, a lot stronger. It doesn't matter. Like, at the end of the day, Rayleigh not in his prime. The most he could do was fend off the admirals. And so, to me, no matter how strong Luffy is, the admirals are not getting one-shotted. You know what I'm saying? Like, the admirals they're not kids. Like these are top-tier villains in the story. Like, they're not gonna get one-shotted by any person. Kaido, Big Mom, Roger. Like, I don't care who it is. They're not gonna get one-shotted.
I think that's reasonable. To me, anyway. But all right. Does anybody... Oh, all right. Go ahead.
My Discord is tripping. Yeah, it's Admirals, high diff, because Nami, Kizaru was shooting her immediately with a laser. Because Zoro is one of like the most brutal animals like around. Right, we saw him like instantly blitz all the supernovas on Sabaody. Whenever he has the opportunity to sneak somebody, he'll sneak them. So if Sanji or Luffy get distracted for a second, he's taking out Nami immediately. That's what Aokiji did to Jozu. That's what Kainu did to Whitebeard and a bunch of other commanders. They get distracted, they get snuck. So if Luffy or Sanji might look away for a second, Nami's definitely getting shot with a laser, and that's just it.
That's fair. I like that you were able to correlate existing situations with people being distracted at this level. You know, I'm not saying Sanji's stronger than Marco or Jozu or anything, and when they were distracted by somebody they care about, and Admiral packed them up. I would say there's a slight difference here. I don't know if Fujitora has that one-shottable capabilities with Devil Fruit. And Kizaru did technically use a Vice Admiral and some handcuffs to get his off. But neither here nor there, I suppose. Does anybody want to change their vote? Because I think this is the last of it. This is going to be it.
Yeah, I was mentioning a lot of nonsense, bro. One, Shanks speed blitzed the Kainu. And you know who else got speed blitzed? Kizaru. By who? Marco. So y'all be talking that hot nonsense all the time, bro. And Chris, I'm disappointed because you a mod in the Discord and you should know better, bro. Because you be having some good takes, and now you disappointing me, bro.
Definitions of speed blitz.
Yeah,
the thing is, I'm new.
When he's spitting, I was muted. Let him talk.
Here's the thing. I'm new to the MA world in general, like YouTube and all that. You know, so terminologies and whatnot. In my head, I'm thinking when y'all say speed blitz, like this dude Kizaru down for the count. But if you talk about getting an attack off, yeah, sure, of course. I don't think they could get untouched. You know what I'm saying? Like Marco kicking Kizaru at Marineford, I don't consider that a speed blitz. You know, I consider that Marco attacking Kizaru when he wasn't looking. That's how I look at it. I wouldn't use that term.
He was totally looking.
Speed blitz to me is like
he put his
what
guard
Kaido
up
did to Luffy at the beginning of Act 1 in Wano.
Who faster?
He was definitely looking though.
Who faster,
You know what I mean?
Sanji or Marco, bro?
Sanji, definitely.
Oh, all right. Just making sure.
Is Fuji not
just
there?
to make sure.
I'm confused. I said in my whole argument that Fuji's gravity is gonna be like on.
Terrible, yo.
So is Sanji under Fuji's gravity faster than Marco?
Yo, I seen Zoro throw a sword slash under that same gravity. And
They
that
built
and that was
different, first
before
of all.
Conqueror's Hockey. That was before future observation. All that
One,
stuff,
they
bro.
built different, and then second,
They built different. I know
Fuji
that.
wasn't trying.
Cut a meteor that Fuji dropped on top of them on the green bit.
Not even that.
You know how I view Fuji's meteors? Explosions. They don't matter in One Piece. Like that's like cannons.
They
Like
get dragged. There's no atmosphere in One Piece. They get dragged
we
from
have
their
not
location.
seen a single meteor get a body.
All right, so
The same
Chris,
way with explosions and cannon fire, it's like it looks nice, it looks cute, it's a good feat, it looks cool. But in a one-on-one fight, you know what I'm saying? Like to me, when I was hearing speed blitz, I'm thinking because you mentioned Tasha, you mentioned like Sanji or Luffy be able to speed blitz Fuji when he pulls up his sword. And it's like, okay, can Luffy get attacked? Sure, but like Fuji's not going down for the count. Like he might fend it off.
Nobody is arguing that it would be a one shot. My whole thing was that it would be high diff.
And I'm saying that's why I
blitz.
was pushing back on that because I thought that's what you meant. I didn't
Now
know
that
speed
we
blitz was meant like,
understand our
oh,
work-
you just faster.
Now that we're working with the
One
same
at a time, yo.
definition.
One at a time.
Yeah, so if we're saying it the way that you guys have defined it, I agree. I 100% agree.
So
that
you would
like
change your vote to
no, I'm not
Luffy,
changing my
Nami,
vote
and
because
Sanji.
speed blitz is not that. First of all, I think speed is overrated. We have seen Zoro beat King. King is faster than Zoro. Speed does not matter that much, man.
All
Like,
right.
wait, there's other factors.
Hold on,
Just
hold on,
because
hold on,
you're
hold on.
faster than the
So
character doesn't mean that you're beating a character.
so speed don't matter, right?
Is King faster than Zoro?
Hold on,
Yes
hold
or
on.
no?
You said speed don't matter?
I said it's not the end all be all. No.
No, okay. So what does Kizaru have besides speed, bro?
A devil fruit power.
Cool.
Hockey. And we don't know to what extent the
his,
hockey is.
Where's his hockey at, bro?
Danger ability.
It's speculation.
Oh, it's speculation. All right, bet.
What you mean?
Speculation.
But narratively, he probably has
Yeah,
hockey. We
you
have
know-
seen them use
so-
hockey. Like
so-
we saw them like defend wipers, quakes, and all that. Like
It's a
he clearly
career.
got hacked. He just don't know to what extent.
So I got another question for you. So
Go ahead.
when Fuji got whipped by Sanji and a few good men, what did Akainu say to him?
You said Fuji by Sanji or Sabo?
Sabo, my bad. By Sabo and a few good men. What did Akainu say to him?
I don't recall.
He said,
I honestly don't recall.
He said, yo, don't be making excuses. You should have handled that situation.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
So there were all these celestials, celestial dragons in the area, and Fuji, who we know to be probably the most compassionate of the admirals, didn't want to go all out. And we saw him not go all out in Dressrosa.
Well,
My bad.
you have a point, but it also sounds like the dude is super devil fruit reliant and doesn't rely on hockey that much, because if he did rely on just hockey, he probably wouldn't endanger the citizens the way you think he would.
Are we talking about Fuji or Kizaru?
We talking about Fuji.
But
I'm hitting on both admirals right now.
Here's my thing, right? Luffy, to me, is arguably stronger than all the admirals. I think I even said that in the last time I was here. I would not argue that. I said that the biggest liability is Nami. Why are we acting like Nami does not exist in this fight?
Okay.
To me, Fuji's gravity would be on.
Okay.
Thereby making Luffy and Sanji slower.
Uh-huh.
And one of them has to carry Nami.
So can you show me a panel of where like Fuji was just using this gravity to shut down a whole entire area?
I could show you panels. I could show you videos. You know what I'm
Can you
saying?
send it in Discord for me? Because I want to see it. Just name the page and I'll just bring it up.
Man, that's gonna be too much. I'm trying to get.
It's gonna be too much. I already searched for it.
We can continue this on Discord.
Hold on. I already searched for it and it's not there. The only time he's ever did something. The only time he's ever The only time he's ever did something with gravity like that is when he put his sword on Law. That was it. There's never been another instance of him doing that.
We have seen Fuji use his gravity to carry all the rubble all over Dressrosa.
That's lifting.
So you need to tell me he can't do the exact same thing to press down.
Yo, at this point, why wouldn't he do it to just? Why wouldn't he just do it to Sabo and the few good men?
Yo, Larry, hold on. Hold on. Chris, hold on.
He did it to Zoro too.
Hold up, y'all. Tachi, Chris, hold on. And Messi, I'm gonna let you go real quick. Yo, Chris, I don't want to hear none of that from you. When I argue that Doflamingo can be outside that goddamn birdcage, and you be like, nah, he can't. Nah, I don't want to hear that shit from you. But yo, Messi, go ahead.
Fuji was not going all out. Right. But if we're talking about the scale of Fuji's gravity, we have seen Fuji use his gravity to a large scale when he literally used it for the entire island of Dressrosa to pick up all the rubble and stuff to clean up the island.
Yeah, keep
Remember
capping,
when
Chris.
Locke Punk Hazard in half?
Hold on, y'all. Messi, you had something.
He cut a factory.
Right. I'm not changing my point or anything, but just to counter his point. For one, the gravity wouldn't work on Luffy. He has reality manipulation. He's just gonna stop that from happening. For two, you're acting like Fujitora is not gonna go all out. We haven't seen an instance where he's just used gravity and stopped everybody. Like even during fights, they're going at him with full power, and he's gonna be going all out. Oh, I'm talking to you.
But I'm not
changing my point. Oh, I thought you were saying that Fuji can just get his gravity and just affect everyone. I just don't think that. Yeah, go ahead, Oz.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure we did see Fujitora use his gravity to hold up. When he was fighting Luffy, didn't he use a whole bunch of like different sections to like one he held off Luffy?
Yes, bro. Y'all need to like either reread Dressrosa because Fuji's at this gravity. Like, why y'all think that he can only use it for one particular section for a circle?
Okay, so one, that's anime only. Two, the fact is, if Dopey can't be outside of his birdcage, like Sebastian said, then you got to hold that same standard for Fuji, bro.
We have literally seen Fuji bring narrative into it. What did Fuji do at the end of Dressrosa? He admitted what the Marines were doing wrong. Now, if this is a combat with Kizaru, absolutely final solutioning people, and Fujitora absolutely against that, you could basically say that Fuji would just dip. You'd be like, yeah, Luffy's got this. Fuji, you're on your own. Peace. I'll see you
We're not talking about that.
Yeah, we're not. So, and put it this way. Yabi talk. Go.
Go ahead.
All right, so you're saying that Fuji's just going to go all out, right?
When I say all out,
Yeah.
I am saying that he can spread his devil fruit gravity ability
Mm.
through a wide area, at least on Luffy's, Nami's, and Sanji's side,
Okay.
thereby making Nami a liability. I do not think Nami is strong enough to withstand that gravity. And so in my head, either Luffy or Sanji, but I guess in this hypothetical, Sanji's going to be the one to have to carry Nami around.
Okay.
Thereby making him
Can I ask
slow.
a question about the event?
Hold on 1 second.
Just
So the fact is, you think that he's just gonna just gravity fill them to death, correct?
I don't think it's in gravity field him to death. I think it's just more so making Nami a liability and then capitalizing on that liability.
Okay, so you can't give me a specific way that that's going to happen. You just think that it's just going to happen. Like Luffy is just not going to be able to punch, well, basically strengthen himself through that.
So Tachi tried to say that, like, let's say Luffy tries to bend reality, right, to protect Nami or whatever the case may be.
At Speed Blitz, and we saw literally Luffy punch through Kaido's skull. So if you want to Speed Blitz Fujitora, and if you want to add the caveat of adding damage to it, be that move if you want. But continue.
So here's my thing, right? If we want to like play this out, then fine, let's play it out. If Luffy tries to defend Nami, like I said, you can't win by playing defense. So if Luffy is spending his entire time trying to defend Nami, and Sanji's the one on offense, they losing. If you think that, okay, Luffy could try to speed blitz Fuji faster than Fuji can use his gravity on Nami and Sanji, then there's a whole other partner Fuji is with, which is Kizaru. And just have Kizaru defend Fuji so that Fuji can use his powers.
So you think that
I just
Sanji
feel like
is just
there's way too
completely
many
useless?
obstacles for the Straw Hat side to beat the Admirals.
So
there's
Sanji's
way too many
completely useless?
liabilities on the Straw Hat side.
So no Marton Arlong Park. Sanji's not rolling with his captain.
What do you mean?
So Sanji's only sticking with Nami. He's not rolling with his Pirate King.
No, I said in the first hypothetical, like let's say Luffy is the one using his powers, his Gear 5 powers to defend Nami from the gravity. That is rendering Luffy a little bit more useless than he would be, forcing Sanji to be more on the offensive.
it's not,
and if
bro.
Sanji's on the offensive, he is not enough to beat the Admirals. And so if you have Sanji defending Nami instead, or at least doing more of the defending, and you have Luffy on the offense, all right, cool. He speed blitz Fuji. But guess what? Kizaru is right there. So if I'm Team Kizaru and Fuji, I am telling Kizaru, if I'm Kizaru, like, yo, let me protect you, Fuji, so you can keep doing your thing.
Okay,
Let me tell you right now a super important point. Out of all of these people, only one of them has future sight. Sorry, Larry.
We don't know that.
Sorry.
So from the get, bro, you got to understand, like, who's stronger? Zoro at Greenbit or Luffy right now, Gear 5?
You said Zoro at Greenbit?
Yeah, or Luffy at Gear 5 right now.
Luffy at Gear 5.
Okay, so Zoro wasn't held down enough by Fuji because he was able to still throw a sword slash. So immediately, your point of saying that Luffy would just be tied down by gravity would not work against Luffy. One, because he is also a future sight user, which would probably somehow dodge the area that Fuji's going to gravitate, right? And also, he has Conqueror's Haki. And he has the ability to just push through that most likely. And guess what? Since the ground is what Fuji needs to hold him down against, he could just turn the ground to rubber. So there's no way that he's just going to be able to get bodied by some gravity or be held down. It's just not possible. And then hold on. And then two, we also have Sanji. You act like Sanji's completely useless. At the end of the day, Sanji still is capable of speed blitzing mostly anybody in the show because he's that fast. Plus, he has armament haki. He's going to be able to catch Kizaru and hold Kizaru off long enough in order for Luffy to do whatever damage he needs to do. Nobody knows if these admirals, except Akainu, which we suspect he most likely has Conqueror's Haki, that Fuji's Vivri card only says he has armament haki and observation haki, and he's good at both. And it says nothing really about Kizaru. So for you to just suspect that, like, Luffy is going to be held down, so he has to play defense, like, absolutely not. This is probably the fourth strongest person in the show right now. It's crazy. It's blasphemous.
Larry, why do I said that Luffy has to play defense? I never said Luffy has to play defense because he has to play defense. I'm saying because Nami. Like,
so you
why
think,
are we forgetting Nami is right there?
Yo, but you think that Nami just can't, like, go to the back while they push forward?
Go to the back?
Yeah. Why wouldn't she be able to?
Luffy are
Nami just at the back. She's a sitting duck.
Why wouldn't she be able to go to the back when they're both being held back by Sanji and Luffy?
Because in my head,
Why would you do
Fuji's
that?
gravity, right? He's not gonna only target it to Luffy. He's gonna try to target to all three.
Okay, so
And
then
so if Nami is part of that three, and Nami is struggling,
You're factoring out
Luffy
the
and
two blades in
Sanji are
this.
not gonna let Nami just eat that. They're going to want to protect her,
Okay.
and
Can I
therefore
ask a
Nami is
question
a
about
liability.
Messi
Like
has
this
a
all
question.
comes back to Nami.
Messi has a question.
So wait, I don't understand the tournament rules for you, but does like personality and stuff come into it, or is it just an all-out battle?
Your personality, it comes into effect, yeah.
Wait, so if personality comes to like an effect, Fuji's not gonna go all out.
I mean, we could say, but Luffy was like screaming his attack names to Fuji and all that. Like Luffy doesn't really have a reason to fight Fuji. So to me, I'm taking that out of there. Like if they have to, like, go at it.
Yeah, they're
that's
still
why-
trying. They're still going to be trying to win their
In
match.
this hypothetical,
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it should be fair to work with a bloodthirsty Fuji.
Yeah, there's no people to protect. It's just him trying to win a fight versus these. It's not like, oh, I have to hold back because there's civilians around. He's going to be
not
trying
like
to
that.
win. Yeah.
Yeah. I was meaning like because he likes Luffy and stuff. Like just on that line.
Nah, like it's not going to be
I
a
want
situation where
y'all
he.
to remember. I want y'all to remember that the last time I was on here, I was the one that voted for Zoro and Sanji to beat Kizaru and Fuji. So I am not trying to say that Fuji and Kizaru are that. But I said, but the change is Nami. This all comes back to Nami. This all comes back to Nami. Nami's a liability.
The question is,
And I changed my mind back and forth about that too. So clearly, I was still on the fence of either side.
Chris,
but like
Chris.
Nami being there is too much of a liability.
Chris, what makes you think that they're going to be able to unleash any attacks if they're both being attacked faster than they can attack the Straw Hats? You think that Fuji is just going to be able to get kicked in his face and be like, all right, yo, let me just aim for Nami anyway? He's going to be on the defensive, bro.
And if we want to go based off of depiction, every single time he had to swing his sword, that's when the meteors came down. That's when that little extra gravity.
I don't care about
the
those
sword
damn
had to
meteors.
be
To be
fully
honest, those
unsheathed,
meteors are
not
not doing
just the.
anything. I don't care about those. I don't care about those meteors. Those meteors don't do anything. Like I'm not even caring about that.
The effect of pushing things down.
I'm
He's
not
never
even
done
caring
that
about
with a. He's never done that with a fully unsheathed sword.
At the end of the day, for me, just because you are faster than someone doesn't mean you're automatically stronger or you have the advantage.
Yo, but
like, that's how
you're counting. You're saying that speed overall won't be able to do much, but if I'm fast enough for you to not be able, hold on. If I'm fast enough for you to not be able to pull your sword out, or for you to just do Yada Mirror, I'm going to keep you at bay long enough for Nami to just go down a block and then just start throwing lightning bolts while I'm still attacking you. Like, you're just avoiding that whole aspect of that fight. That can happen. You're just saying Nami's just gonna hold on, Tachi. You're saying that Nami's just gonna get bullied. And
go ahead, Robot.
How are you gonna bully?
No. Let me ask you this. I'm gonna ask
No,
you
hold
two
on,
questions.
Chris,
I'm gonna ask you two questions.
Chris, hold on. Robot, get yours in, and then Chris.
So like, we have this thing, like, since we always follow the Straw Hats and everything, like we see their development step by step and all that. But like, it's really other pirates out here like developing, getting stronger, getting better, whose progress we don't see. Who's to say that Fujitora at this point in time is not at a place where he don't have to unsheath his sword all the way to bring down the meteors? Who says he can't just keep it sheathed? Like, what? Since we not seeing them all day every day, like every chapter is not about Fujitora or like about Kid. Like, Kid could be out here getting stronger right now, Larry. It's quite possible, but we just don't, But here we are on Egghead.
Robot invoked Kid. Larry's gonna break Larry, bro. Oh my god.
No, but for real though, like who's to say like that hasn't happened? Because if Bellamy pull up right now and Bellamy got conquerors, like I don't know where that came from, but clearly.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
I'm. That's hypothetical. Bellamy does not have conquerors.
Okay.
If Bellamy has conquerors, I'm done, bro. I can't do it, Oda. But like, they're out here training. They all want to be better. They all want to. Fujitora wants to defend the world government or whatever. Like
Yeah.
he wants to get good at his job.
Yeah, so you know what feats Fuji has so far? He got ambushed by Jack, couldn't beat Jack with another admiral on the ship. You know what else happened with Fuji? He got jumped with another admiral by his side by Sabo and a few good men, couldn't take him down, and they escaped perfectly. And he had bandages on. From what I know, Fuji could train all he want, but he still looks trash. So at the end of the day, when I look at the Straw Hats, I look at the combination of attacks because they've been together for so long that they know each other and how they're gonna attack. I don't know if Kizaru knows anything about Fuji, and even if Fuji went all out, he would somehow disrupt. Hold on, he would somehow disrupt Kizaru because Kizaru's ability is anti to his ability. So it's not gonna work out for Fuji to go all out anyway. Y'all just saying stuff. Y'all just speculating that like they just gonna take it easy. Like for it to be mid div, bro. Come on, bro.
Exactly.
You have not.
On top of that, we're making a lot of assumptions based off of the functionality of his fruit as well. Like his fruit doesn't function like Kid's fruit. I'm invoking his name again, but like the way Kid can like point at something and then assign something, Fuji can't like do that specifically to like a person. He has to do it to a generic like area that either his sword is hovering over or like a larger area of effect. Like when he was holding down Law, like you could see some of the cracks like around Law in the panel. Like it's an area of effect every single time. So if you want to presume that Fuji is gonna tank a mole punch from Luffy because he's gonna do some dumb shit like that, and then be able to instantly activate his fruit just to be able to hold down Nami, who, by the way, would instantly go infits in a threat like this with her Mirage Ball, which she has had since Alabasta, and it should have been using consistently. I don't know why, but she had the ability just
but
to
she can use it here, huh?
Pardon?
But she can use it here, huh?
All right, so Chris, you said you had 2 questions. I still got to give my. You want to hear from Oz and Berserk because they've been quiet for the past few.
I dropped another nuke.
Huh?
I dropped me another nuke, so I'm happy
Did
about
you?
that. Yes, I did.
I need screenshots, bro. I need screenshots. You gotta prove that, man.
I'm on tonight, bro. I'm on one tonight.
I bet. Oz, anything?
No, I'm still with the Admirals, bro.
Okay.
I feel well. Honestly, if I'm keeping it real, Larry low key convinced me. I'm gonna still go Admirals because I'm gonna still go Admirals, but damn, he made a good argument. He made a hell of an argument. It went from mid diff to a string diff. I said it went from mid diff to a string diff fight. I'm still pulling Admirals because I really feel Admirals get like just insane disrespect. But Larry did make some good points. He made some hell of a points.
Larry, I love you, man, but I don't get this bias against characters that have not been shown in the story yet. You know what I'm saying? Like you hate on Blackbeard. You know what I'm saying?
Do I hate on Blackbeard?
You hate on Blackbeard. Like just because we haven't seen these characters yet doesn't mean that we can't kind of be able to tell where they're at. Especially at the last chapter, because I was team, Lucci is washed.
Yeah.
And here I am seeing Gear 5 Luffy clashing with Awakened Lucci. And are you going to say that Lucci is faster than Luffy at Gear 5?
I just saw Luffy fall asleep mid-battle, bro. What are we talking about?
He did that with Kaido, though. He did the same thing with Kaido. I feel like we're overblowing that. He was falling asleep, acting a fool against Kaido as well.
When he was falling asleep, he was losing color. When he was falling asleep, he was losing color.
No. Now when he was turning older, I'm saying when he first went Gear 5, like he was doing the same exact cartoonish,
cartoonish, but not meme. You're boring me right now.
But that's just Luffy Luffy being funny. At the same time, they still clash.
Hold on, Tachi. Let him go, Tachi. Yeah.
At the same time, that panel where they clash, where they bump fist, was literally the exact same fist bump panel back in Water 7.
Yeah. So did he use?
Chris, do you think that was him paying homage to that moment, or just not to that moment, or do you think it was actually like an even clash? Like that's my question.
I'm not saying that Lucci is stronger than Luffy by any stretch. What I'm trying to say is here's a person that if you presume Luffy is stronger like I do, Luffy is not speed blitzing Lucci. He's not one hitting Lucci. He had to give Bonnie over to Jinbei so he could fight and focus. So to me, it's like I just feel like, you know, we are giving Luffy way too much credit right now. He still has room to grow. And I love Luffy. But to say that, like, you know, to have Nami there in that environment with two admirals is just too much of a task for Luffy and Sanji to be able to handle.
Okay.
You know what's wild? Sorry.
No. So is Luffy using Conqueror's coding?
At what point? Against Lucci?
Yep.
Or in this fight?
Against Lucci?
To me, he's not.
No.
Okay. So he's not going all out against Lucci.
Even though his awakening says that, you know, he's always in armament.
I feel
truckers.
Well,
Like,
I'm trying to
how would that
interrupt.
know?
Well, I'm not trying to interrupt, but I feel that the reason that Luffy's in Gear 5 right now, it's basically like he's trying to Gear 5. He just trying like as in like when he was using Gear 4, and it's like when he was like messing with the on the ground floor and messing with the fodder of and Wano. He was using Gear 4, but it wasn't like taxing for him, like super taxing. I feel like he's doing that with Gear 5, like he's trying to try it out more, like because he's acknowledging that Lucci is like somewhat stronger. Like, okay, let me try Gear 5. Let me play around with it and get more used to it. That's how I'm what Odo is doing right now.
The way I see it is that Gear 4 was like an imperfect transformation that for him to use drained his haki. So that's why when he ran out haki, he had to wait for like 10 minutes or whatever. Gear 5 is his perfect transformation where he can be in this state and not have to use his haki. But if he starts using Conqueror's haki and all that, he'll get tired and he'll run out of Gear 5. So him not using Conqueror's haki right now is just him preserving energy.
Okay, so is he going all out, yes or no?
Like I said, if he's preserving energy, it's a battle technique.
Is it yes or no? Is he going all out? Is
It's
he
a
using
battle
Conqueror's
technique,
coding?
man. I don't know yet. We gotta see the next chapter.
So he's not using. Hold on. So the right answer is he's not using Conqueror's coding because we would have seen it. So if Luffy's going all out against Lucci, that would be an issue. But as of we know right now, he still has a lot left in his bag, and that's okay. Now, if we're bringing Luffy's best into the fight, and we know after each fight that he starts using a new gear, he's not that great at it, and the next fight he's even better, he lasts longer, he doesn't shrink any longer, and he could do it, get different gears through each body now, he's going to be more proficient at Gear 5.
I have been said that Luffy was going to be proficient in Gear 5 after Wano.
Okay, so he's a stronger Luffy than when he was fighting Kaido, which means
100%.
which means that he has all these things that he's now better at, and when he fights an admiral, most likely we went from he might not be an admiral to most likely he's going to beat an admiral. And for you to just avoid that in all situations of what's happening.
How about not? So that Luffy is better than the Emerald?
Hold on, and you're just focusing on Nami. Again, Luffy is way too strong for an admiral just to push him aside, or any of the two admirals that are fighting him to push him aside and be like, yo, let's go attack Nami. But you're forgetting Sanji is still there too, who can also battle with them.
Sanji, to me, is not an admiral level.
He doesn't have to be.
To me, like I said, we are giving Luffy too much credit.
Oh my god!
If we say that Luffy can beat the admirals with Sanji's help, of course,
I'll switch him out
as big as Nami.
You sound like a hater, Chris. I'm gonna be real with you.
I'm not a hater.
You sound like a hater.
I'm not a hater, man. I don't even like the admirals. I don't even like the admirals.
No.
I even said Zoro and Sanji could beat them.
You know what it is? I think because you're such a Zoro fan, you think so lowly of Sanji.
I don't think so lowly of Sanji, man. I
think
don't.
he's
It's
lowly
Nami.
of Nami.
And I love Nami.
She has the versatility to hide, bro. She has the versatility to get away, and those two boys are big enough bodies.
Let me put it like this. Someone said earlier that if they replace Sanji with Nami, then, or I'm sorry, they replace Zoro with Sanji, then
that was me.
It'll be a different story. And I kind of tend to lean towards that too, because I just think Zoro is just like closer to Admiral level than Sanji is at this point. But to me, that Nami being there is just too much of a handicap. It's just too much of a handicap, and I will still pick the Admirals in that situation.
All right, y'all. I gotta give my take. This might.
Yeah, I switched my,
No, let me ask this. Hold on. Let me ask this one question. So,
I
Chris,
switched my vote.
switch
You
your vote.
switching your vote?
Yo, Chris.
Yeah,
So
I'm
so
going
if
Straw Hats now. I'll ride with Larry.
yo, Chris. So if
go.
Luffy and Sanji goes and attacks, right? They go and attack the Admirals, and they're fighting the Admirals, and then Nami is just raining down lightning bolts on top of them. How does that fight play out for you, bro?
Like if the strategy is Luffy and Sanji go attack the Admirals.
Yes. And Nami's just spamming in the back.
To me, personally, you know what I'm saying? I think the Admiral still got it because it turns into two 1v1s. It turns into two 1v1s where Luffy's probably winning that matchup, but whoever is fighting Sanji is beating Sanji. It just is what it is. Look, at the end of the story, I want there to be a moment where Luffy kind of reenacts that scene where he made it to the top of Marineford or whatever in front of Ace, and he was facing three Admirals. I want there to be a point where it's a 3v1 and Luffy's strong enough to withstand all three Admirals for a little bit. I just don't think Luffy is at that point yet. You know what I'm saying? Let alone having to protect Nami or Sanji having to protect Nami, regardless of whoever has to protect Nami. I just think that's too much of a handicap, me personally. Now, if this was Luffy and Sanji versus the Admirals, or those two Admirals, I got Luffy and Sanji for sure. But I just feel like adding Nami there just changes the dynamic. Like if I'm Kizaru and Fuji, the strategy is way different.
Yeah. Got you, bro.
There we go, man. Here we go.
Good take. Good take. No, listen, this was interesting discussion between all of y'all. I
mean,
totally
at the end of
enjoyed
the day,
all
I'm
of
I'm in the majority, so you know what I'm saying. It's not like it's a crazy take for what I'm saying. Like,
technically not. The YouTube chat is
What's the score?
Straw Hat's favorite. It's 111 votes. And it's 59 to 41 percent for the Straw Hats. And after much deliberation in my head, I think I'm going Luffy, Nami, and Sanji. I was leaning Admiral. I know, Robot. I know. I was leaning Admirals the entire time. I really was. And then y'all started coming up with like different interesting stuff that the Straw Hats could do. And in general, it had me thinking, would Luffy ever allow the Admirals to actually defeat Nami? Beyond Sanji, because I know Sanji would do everything in his power, whether it's losing his life, would Luffy allow it? And in my mind, it's about, is he strong enough to prevent it from happening? As well as combining all of their different techniques together. Now, I also was looking while you guys were talking through some of the panels of things that Flora has done. And even though he's probably my second favorite Admiral, third, because I like Akainu a lot too, favorite Admiral in general, he hasn't had the best showing on panel. Even if I expect a lot of him in the future, and what I expect of him and what his Delphi can do, I saw Gear 3 Luffy in base, like, bruise him. I saw him, like Larry brought up, go up against Sabo, an excuse of the Tenryobito's there, but he was bandaged up. He wasn't in his best. You know, I saw him clash relatively with Sabo. And as far as Kizaru, I saw old Rayleigh cut him on the face. And I don't think he used Ryo or anything special to do that. It was just a regular ass sword slash. He was able to stop him in his tracks when he was moving at light speed. Marco, like Larry and others brought up, was able to block Yatta, the mirror thing that he does with this. And then speed blitz him to get the upper hand and push him back. I think we'd all acknowledge at this point that Sanji's faster and probably hits harder than Marco does. And he's pretty durable. The gravitational pull that Fuji can throw at Sanji, it's going to bend his bones. He can bend them back. Kizaru can shoot him. He's probably going to be able to, I don't say regenerate. nothing Kizaru has shown would straight up take Sanji out from long range. I think he could totally clip Sanji, but none of those shooting beams and attacks are going to knock Sanji out. So beyond that, I think nobody's factored in Zeus at all. It's really a 4v2 because Zeus is sentient and can actively attack admirals at will. Granted, it won't work on Kizaru because he's a Lagia, but Fujitora is definitely to lightning attacks, spamming the lightning and having Luffy throw them. And in general, Luffy going all out. You know what I mean? Yeah, gotta remember what Luffy is like when he's serious. Just imagine Luffy versus Lucci originally, but with all the abilities that he has currently, right? Trying
Luffy
to make
is
sure
like 1 in
Nami
4
is
against
good.
Lucci, 1 in 4 against Kaido,
Listen,
1 in 3 against Crocodile. Like he be taking L's. So why be acting like this is perfect?
This is true, but these are like one-on-one fights versus people stronger than him. We've all acknowledged in this chat that he's stronger than both of these admirals. So it's not a situation in he's fighting stronger opponents like he was in those situations. He's fighting people that he can straight up defeat if he fought them. It might take a while, but with Nami's life on the line, Sanji's life on the line, Zeus, Sanji, Luffy, and Nami, and the strategies that people come up with, Luffy can go giant. Bajrang gun, I don't see anything Kizaru or them are going to do to prevent that from rocking their shit. And again, as weak as Nami is, she wasn't completely useless in a fight versus Cracker either. And I know Cracker's a much weaker opponent than these people are, but in general, we've seen Nami hang around with stronger people while being protected by her captain and the guy who's madly in love with her. So they might not win the overall vote because it's still 12-11 right now. But I think I got the Straw Hats. And again, I was leaning Admirals. I was very much going to go Admirals to start this. But I think I'm going to go with the Straw Hats. I just think Sanji plays a bigger role than people think. I think he can definitely fight Admirals, not win. The 45-second stuff that was bouncing around earlier was kind of wild to me. I've definitely seen Admirals get bruised and injured by things that Sanji can definitely eclipse as far as speed and strength feat. So it's not like
Sebastian, you went out, I think.
in the best condition when that happened. So to me, Sanji's around Yonko, low Yonko 1, Yonko Commander 1 or Yonko Commander 2 level, whatever. And at the minimum, they've shown throughout the series that they can at least clash with Admirals for a short period of time, let alone with their captain who's stronger than both Admirals in his prime, not like a sick white beard or anything like that. So I'm going Straw Hats. Does anybody else want to change that? Because as of now, it is still going Admirals in Discord.
Seb, can I ask you one
What's
question?
up? Hit me.
Where do you have the Admirals compared to like Kaido and Big Mom?
So
we had Kaido and Big Mom at like 96 and 97, and then we had the Admirals at like a 93.
Yeah, it really depends
Except for
for
Akainu
me
and Aokiji.
on the Admiral. So I think Akainu is definitely like stronger than stronger than Big Mom. That's me. That's my headcanon. I don't think Fujitora or Kizaru are as strong as Aokiji is. So that's just where I rank them. So it depends on the Admirals when you're speaking on them. That's just me. That's how I view it. So like I've never ranked Kizaru or Fujitora on the same level. A rung below. Sanji's a rung below them, but he can still fight them for at least a decent amount of time. Now, I do want to point out, somebody did point out that when, I think it might have been Berserk or somebody in the other round, when the Yonko commanders were fighting the Admirals, they were relatively even, but once they got distracted by somebody they care about, they got taken out very quickly. I can see that happening for Sanji's situation. But the fact that, thank you, Truffles. But the fact that Luffy is here gives me more faith that they will be able to survive even those instances, whether he's turning people into rubber, whether he's jumping in the way to protect damage, whether he's just straight up knocking somebody out because he's angry. Or, there's so many different things. He could straight up eat Nami for a time and go giant What are they gonna do then? They're gonna get to Nami through that. Beating Sanji doesn't win them the fight. They'd have to jump Luffy. I don't know if Luffy could take 2 Admirals Dolo, but I mean, they'd at least have to deal with Sanji and Luffy in that scenario. Like I said, Zeus, you can love Fujitora all you want. Sanji and Zeus is going to give him some sort of was given him. So I don't know. I got the Straw Hats. I don't know about y'all. If anybody switched, I doubt it. This was a good debate. This is one of the closest matches, and it was topsy turvy. So it was real interesting.
Hey, Larry a real one. I'm gonna give you a fact. Larry a real one, man. He convinced me to vote. He a real for that. He's a real one for that one.
Thank you, bro. I'm always real.
I ain't gonna lie. Last week you was wilding. I ain't gonna lie. Last week you was definitely wilding, but this week you do a little better this week. You doing a little better this week.
This week is Chris for sure.
Oh yeah, hands down.
I'm not mad at Chris's take. I'm not even mad at
my take.
I'm not mad at Chris's take.
I said the exact same thing that people said that voted for Kizaru and Fuji.
Listen,
What I said,
I just can't accept Chris coming in here and telling me that Zoro and Sanji are beating Kizaru and Fujitora, and then coming in here the next week and telling me that Luffy and Sanji with Nami in the background can't get it done. That doesn't compute for me personally.
Did I or did I not change my mind like 4 times?
Listen, either way, you can't be like it was this close.
And then I said I was
add another First of all, you already acknowledge that you think that Luffy is stronger than a decent amount. Like I think we've had that conversation.
Look. Sometimes there's addition by subtraction. I think if you subtract Nami, they win. But if you add Nami, they lose.
I disagree with the premise. I disagree with the premise, but that's real.
It's a handicap. That's how I look at it.
Yeah. But all right, y'all. I think we have a winner, unless anybody. I don't think so.
Wait. Hold on. So, like, since the chat voted, what was the vote for the chat?
I mean, we did do this last time, right? Yeah, one of the extra brackets that we did.
So what was the vote?
Straw Hats at 59, Admirals at 41.
It's 59 for the Straw Hats, 41 for the Admirals with 100.
It's 12-12. Let's count them as counted as one vote.
That is a draw.
That's it. Ended on a draw.
Larry, I thought Chad ain't know what they was talking about.
Larry,
what happened with that, I be watching y'all podcast, bro.
Yeah, Larry, that's a huge switch up, bro.
That's
a huge switch up for you.
Listen, bro, add that, bro.
12-11. 12-11.
Oh, man.
Listen, we added it before, didn't we?
Yeah, guys.
You did, but you gave me all the pushback in the world.
Larry.
Consistent.
Look, bro, these are people that be in your chat.
They're scholars. Every single person in chat is a scholar. They've all written historical dissertations on everything.
Larry, all jokes aside, man, because usually we do be agreeing. So it was an honor to be on the other side of you, and go back and forth with you because like I always say, huge fan of the podcast. So seeing y'all go at it every single week, it's so good to be the one arguing with Larry this time.
Chris, I appreciate that, but we need a winner. We need to finish the bracket so they can fight in the gauntlet with the duo, like the legendary duo.
Yo, put them
maybe I'm blind, but it says that Kizaru and Fuji got more votes than Luffy and Nami. That's what I'm reading.
Well, technically, no. The YouTube chat has more data with more votes than just the Discord, and they won by like 20%. So that would technically mean the Straw Hats won. All right, so this is how I'll do it, right?
That's how we go by like the debates.
Hey, no, he's the ref. Let the ref talk.
So here's the thing, right? There's a couple ways we can do it. 1, I can flip a coin. 2,
you could flip
I can switch my vote. 3,
let's flip a coin.
I can tell y'all what the matchups would be going forward, and y'all can choose which one y'all would rather debate or see in the duos bracket. So those are the 3 options. Y'all want to flip a coin?
I like to flip the coin.
I say flip a coin.
I say do 3, bro. I want to hear the matchups because, like, we end up with another Admirals versus Luffy and Nami.
Okay, and I'll share my screen.
Stipulations and everything.
Yeah, I'll share my screen. I'll submit this for now. and just whatever. It's yeah. Larry, can you full
Yeah.
screen my thing real quick?
I did.
Shit. Actually, I have to like stop sharing on this one.
Buggy
And
and
then
Shanks.
share
Jesus
again.
Christ, bro, is that?
Give me 1 second. Share screen. Chrome.
Yo, y'all be switching up all the time, bro. I could switch up once.
All right. Can y'all see my screen or not? I can't.
Yeah, we can see it.
What's it showing?
It's showing the tier bracket.
Tier list.
I bet. Okay, so for the next round of matchups, Luffy would basically be dropping his 2 Straw Hat companions and doing the trios to fight the legendary duos, where he would recruit Kid and Law on his side. Or the 2 admirals who would have won would be recruiting their fleet admirals Sakazuki. So it would be Kizaru, Akainu, and Fujitora to take on the Legends Gauntlet, or it would be Kid, Luffy, and Law to take on the Legends Gauntlet. Who do y'all want to see fight these
Kid Luffy
legends?
Law.
Kid
Luffy
Law.
Kid Luffy Law.
Kid Luffy Law, man. You're not trying to see that.
One at a time.
Kid
I
Luffy
got
Law.
the people.
Kid Luffy Law as well.
I'm hearing a lot of Kid Luffy Law. I'm gonna put a poll up in as well.
Listen, listen.
yeah.
Aren't y'all glad y'all got me to convince y'all to tie this shit up?
Yes, sir.
I want to hear. You know what I'm saying? I expect
Yes, sir.
Larry's
appreciation.
our savior,
Larry got
bro.
good takes.
Yo,
tonight.
Larry,
got
very
good
humble of you, Larry. Very humble of you, Larry.
Yeah, I didn't contribute anything at all. I was silent.
I feel like I asked
Very
for the
humble, bro.
option 3.
Yeah, Larry's our savior, bro.
Look, I say Kid Luffy Law because I don't want to hear all this Admiral slander for like the next 3 weeks.
Oh, I mean, if they performed better, you probably wouldn't hear that, bro.
Hey,
Know what I'm
Oda
saying?
trash at writing. That's all I gotta say.
Oh, listen, I know, bro.
Look at that. Look how
I
Larry.
know, bro. He be lying all the time, bro.
Bro, drop that Akainu Conquerors real quick.
Yo, that's all we need, bro.
All I'm saying is that I just want Kid Luffy Law so that I can argue that Kid is better than Whitebeard.
Oh my God, no!
Yo, calm down.
Oh my
Calm
God,
down.
Tachi,
Larry, get him.
Tachi, I mean this so
Yo, Larry,
seriously.
get him.
If I hear you say that shit on stream, I will mute you, bro.
Ban him.
I swear to God,
even,
bro.
even if I bring it in the most like good faith, respectful, non-meme, like actual science format,
Bro.
not
Dog.
even that.
No.
Like I'll actually do. I will build out an actual unironic spreadsheet.
I would lay the people's elbow on my grandma, bro, next time I see her, bro.
Jesus.
And desist, sir.
That's it, bro.
Nah, bro.
I'd be like, this is from frustration I had from a anime talk grandma, and just throw that shit down on her.
Dude.
Bro, Tati, you good, bro?
Kid on Elbaf training.
All right, so it looks like the Supernova trio is by far and away winning this poll. I don't think anybody in the Discord or anybody said Admiral in the only 17% have said
Not
Admiral
interesting.
so far. Actually, it's only like 9 votes in so far.
People want to see the new gen versus the old gen. That's what they want to see.
The other question is, do y'all want me to remove Kid and add Zoro? Because that was a question that Davey tweets on the
Yes.
Yeah, you need to remove.
We'll keep it limited.
Remove Kid and Zoro. Remove
Anybody
Kid and
but
Zoro.
Kid.
No. Hold on. You could remove Kid and just add Killer, bro, because he's better than Kid.
Oh my God,
Larry.
He's better than Kid.
Yeah, Larry.
Come on, Larry. What is?
Yeah, it was funny because it was gonna be Monster Trio. I'm not long
Yo, Larry.
to argue.
Listen, I think Zoro's a good replacement.
Stop.
Yeah.
Nah, they're on the same crew. He's not a part of the Yonko trio. He doesn't have a 3 billion berry bounty.
No. I mean, Blackbeard ain't that strong. You can put him on there too.
Why not Sabo? Maybe Sabo?
Oh my God! Should I
Maybe
replace
Sabo?
Kid with Blackbeard? Yo? He's a first generation Yonko.
I know. That's why I said it.
You're slanderous now. You're slanderous now. Blackbeard is a Friday night. Larry, you're really trying to get something out of me. I don't want to say game awards here, bro.
Just watch my theory video.
I think I'm sticking.
I
think I'm sticking.
Like.
You know he's so bad, bro.
Wait.
Hey, drop a Kainu and add Fleet Admiral Smoker.
Oh God, yo,
Yo, calm down, bro.
No, who said that? Who
Yes.
said that?
Yeah, they,
Y'all want to slam your kid? Put that L magnet smoker up there too. Then
yeah. Kid and Smoker are terrible, bro.
we're gonna do a losers bracket at some point, bro. And kid gonna be at the top. Smoker gonna be at the other top. They will be the top two.
I fully believe, like, you know how like there's like a D clan and they're just like greatness and
There's
they
an
bring
L
storms.
clan?
There's an L clan, bro, and they're a part of it. They're the clan that just takes consistent L's, bro, no matter what era they're in.
let me tell you something.
Yo, they look alike.
Right. I'm gonna tell you. I'm all right, bro. It takes pressure to make diamonds. Right?
Oh
And
my
sometimes,
God.
Yeah.
And sometimes pressure. It takes a long time.
Yeah,
Kid was in prison for 2 months.
yeah.
What do you want from the boy when a whole cake tea party was going on?
Listen, the pressure still didn't turn him from coal to diamond. He's still at the coal level, bro.
He was in C still, and of course, he had no hero Goro. Bro, Luffy always has to say, "I'm sorry, I'm gonna mute myself."
Yo, I have one more question for y'all. Who should be the final bracket stage or gauntlet stage? Should it be Roger and Rayleigh or should it be Kaido and Big Mom?
It should be Roger and Rocks, bro.
Yes, Roger and Rock.
Let's just speculate at that point because that's
I
what it's
think
gonna
they're
be.
not a duo, bro.
That's what it's
They're not
gonna
a duo,
be.
bro.
I
They
mean,
gotta
those are the
fuck
two
together.
strongest
They're
people
not-
all time.
But they're not. All these people have fought together.
Oh,
is
you're
my
right.
point.
Oh, you're right.
Like
You're right. My
yeah.
bad. My bad.
Oh, you mean like no connection? Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
And Rocks and Whitebeard.
No, I think these are good. I think these are. I
Was
think
Roger
you.
and Garp one?
I think you should definitely put Kaido and Big Mom at stage 1 and replace them with Whitebeard and Odin, or like put Garp and Sengoku at stage 3 and then put Whitebeard and Odin at stage 2. Because stage 3, I think this is an easier fight amongst all 4 of those.
So you think that Kaido Big Mom should be lower?
Yeah, because we saw them
So
in
it should be-
Depiction lose to the trio, so like it'd be
That's
easier
true.
to argue those points. So like
Okay.
putting and then Garp and then perfect.
Well, I'll leave Garp I'll leave Garp here.
I think this is very fair.
Okay.
I like that.
Challenging, but
I'm telling you right now, they not getting past stage 1, bro.
hey, listen, led by Luffy, I don't know.
Yo,
yeah, they
I was looking at it like, yo, it's crazy already.
Yeah, they're not winning, bro.
Listen, bro.
You're not gonna tell me that
Yo,
these guys.
can we put him on like an island full of garbage? Like, I need every scrap of metal possible, bro. Come here, bro.
Yeah, they need environmental. Yeah, they need environmental advantage.
Man,
Wait.
They need a little more of
Alright,
an advantage.
So there was one other thing I thought I could do, and I was gonna have it just be the rooftop supernova.
Mhm.
So add Zoro and add Killer.
Zoro and
So it's all 5 of them taking on duos.
I like that.
Yay or
I like
nay?
that better.
What if
Is that too much?
Yeah,
add
I
one
like that.
each round?
I like that because Whitebeard counts as 3 of them. Just by himself.
I gotta find Zoro and Killer in here. But
Yo, Blackbeard clashed with Law and couldn't even fully clash out. He had to resort to using his Devil Fruit, bro. Come on, bro.
Yeah, that's why Kid's better. He at least slap Law.
I mean, if he can catch him.
do y'all see Killer in here, bro?
You'd pull the sword off him. Yes, we copy.
There we go.
Yeah.
I mean,
God damn it!
yeah, better hockey than Kid. So
I'm doing this on the wrong.
Not on Big Mama. Not Big Mama.
So we basically just have a rooftop rematch. with
shout out to my
people
spaghetti eating brother, bro.
with upgrades.
Yes.
Damn, I gotta drop the admirals down and shit. Sorry.
Curry on for days. Half 3-eye boy.
Damn,
would
yo.
it be too much to add one person from the rooftop each level? Like
Vegapunk was on this list?
because
Bro,
I think
Vegapunk
those
would have
three could
diffed everybody.
take stage 1. 'Cause
What?
they already did.
Did I see Zoro? I'm blind. And what you said? Who was that? I couldn't see, hear, or see.
I said, would it be doing too much to add, like, say you leave it just the 3 for like stage 1, and then stage 2 you add like Killer, and then stage 4 or next stage you add Zoro or whatever, or is that too much?
They wouldn't get past stage 1 then.
Yeah, the issue was we didn't think they had a chance to get past stage 1 already. So
Yeah, that's right. They did jump Kaido with 12
just
dudes.
like one day. Just one day with no kids. Just one day.
There we go. Put the captains next to the.
You don't want to put Killer
Kinemon up
first?
there. Put Kinemon up there.
You don't want to put Killer before Kid? No.
They're co-captains, all right? It's Yorkie and Brooke all over again, all right? They're co-captains.
All right. I guess we'll have the tournament next week, and we'll go through this.
Yeah, guys, I gotta call it a night a little early today, but this was a lot of fun. It really was, hanging with you guys, arguing, debating. It was highly competitive and hotly debated.
Yeah.
I love the topsy-turvy nature of this thing. Like it went Admiral, Straw Hat. I thought that was fun. Even though my pick technically won. I mean, I feel like it won on a technicality, but whatever. But
a dub is a dub.
A dub is a dub, and it's all about entertainment value. So I feel like it's going to be more interesting to argue the rooftop supernovas than it was going to be to speculate about the Admiral. So this is fun. Hope you guys really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Even if he said he didn't love Chris. I don't know what that was about. That was mean.
Chris knows I love him, bro. I love everybody.
Wow, that was a little personal, Larry.
That shit was
a little
wild.
personal because your face was serious. Your face was nah, I don't love you.
Dead serious. Yeah, I said nah.
Chris knows I'm messing with Chris.
coming from
He was in his field. He was in his field.
Honestly, you were a very good moderator. This was a very, very well hosted
Chris,
show, honestly.
Chris been a moderator since like we had like 40 people in the Discord, bro. He good.
Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about Seb's separate moderation, like of his the show itself. You did a great job, honestly.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Thank you.
much.
Thank you, Tachi. And yo, if y'all haven't, please follow Tachi on YouTube. The dude puts out dope content. All his artwork is amazing. And I need to get on one of them consummates, bro.
Croco Pull, and we are going to have a music video because I magically stumbled onto Larry's LP. Where did it come from? So, that's gonna be a fun project in 2023. Definitely
For sure. But all right, Larry, can you drop the fellas before we give our goodbyes here?
Yes. Thank you guys. Appreciate you all. Much
Love
love,
the
guys.
show, bro.
Oh, Berserk. I need them screenshots of them nukes, bro.
I got you, my boy. I got you.
Yeah. So, I guess, this is the end of the stream, guys. I'm glad that everybody had fun. It was amazing. Can't say enough. Out of all the super chats we were seeing, I hope and all the memberships that YouTube has.
Yes.
I just saw like 2 people become Yonko members, which is the highest tier in our membership.
Larry,
so thank you so much for
I
that.
took a picture of all the screenshots. So I was gonna the super chat. So I was gonna read them now before we head out.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean,
yeah,
you could do it. It's a lot though.
It's not like crazy. I just feel like if they donate, we gotta shout
Yeah,
them
you're
out.
right. No, I know.
But yeah, we got a membership to Yonko status from our guy Tachi. Tachi, man, keep killing it, bro. We love you, bro.
Yes.
Seriously. We got a $2 super chat from probably the funniest member of our Discord, honestly. CD said, Buggy would no diff both teams. # Buggy Gang. Oh, man. I love Buggy, too. I just don't know how he have the energy to troll like that. But thank you, CD. We got a $2 super chat from Straw. It says, a cut for the last feeder. I believe he was talking about Chris earlier in the stream. We got another $2 super chat from Straw. It says, ban him, cut him first, then ban him again. Thank you, Strahd. Damn, another $2 super chat from Strahd. It says, a nuke, let's go, baby. Yeah, apparently Berserk was out here killing it in Call of Duty, which is awesome, man. I haven't nuked on the new one yet. I suck. Larry's worse than me, though. We got another $2 super chat from Strahd. It says, why does Berserk sound like Kendrick Lamar? I don't know if I hear that. I don't know if you guys are hearing that or not, but I don't. Oh, I feel like we might have lost it. There we go. We got a $2 super chat from Zbox1210. It says, Larry makes me want to quit watching this podcast. Damn, that was a mean super chat. But thank you for the support anyway, Z-Box. We got a membership to Yanko from Ryunosuke. It says, great stream, guys. Thank you so much, Ryunosuke. He was in here chatting it up too. Another $2 super chat from Ryunosuke. It says, Ryonosuke. I always say his name wrong. It says, good debates. This stream is super hype. Thank you so much. And then we got a 8-month membership to Shichibukai from Simeon Russell. It says, is Fleet Admiral Smoker going to be in the Legends bracket? Where is this Fleet Admiral Smoker talk coming from? Yeah, wow. We got another $2 super chat from Strad. It says, literal appreciation. Thank you so much, Strad. First day back, already donating. And then finally, we got another $5 super chat from Baby Pluton. It says, in all honesty, the trio of Luffy, Law, and Zoro is a better group. Move the trash collector off the group. Yeah, I just want them to lose in reference to Kid joining the Legends bracket. I know Larry appreciated that one. And then in reference to that and some of the Kid slander, Strad sent another $2 and it said, I know Shin is mad. Shin loves Kid for whatever reason. Kid's cool, but Shin supports him. So, well, that's all the super chats that we got today. We really appreciate you guys donating. If you guys haven't already, please like the stream. It helps us so much with the YouTube algorithm. But seriously, this stuff is fun. We always say it. We try to do these DDTs and these additional shows beyond the Mondays podcast so that we can engage with you guys more often, feel the community a little more. I know some of you guys really, really appreciate it, and just know we seriously appreciate spending this time with you guys. Larry, you can take it away. That's all I got for you.
Yeah, I don't have anything else to say. Just want to say thank you to everybody, as usual. Appreciate you, seriously. And we'll definitely be back next week. So, that's it.
All right. Have a good night.